Gentlemen, you're not supposed to be here.
This is a closed course.
Welcome back.
You started?
No, go ahead.
I mean, we can put that in there. Welcome back. Episode 9, closed course. Here, we're missing one. We're missing John.
Some people probably thought I was John because the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Massive posture. Mm-hmm. But
Broad shoulders.
yeah, the big broad shoulders, big
I
back.
think what he said in the last couple pods, like his wife has soccer on Mondays and her games early or something.
And
so he's got to play, I don't know. Yeah.
Once he makes the full transition to pins, we can talk about it a bit more, right?
Yeah, about how that happens.
Him coming full time to pins.
Yeah,
And
he does still have a day job from another business that we had, and he's still in that. So, but we got us three here. So
we're rocking with no mage tonight,
we're
but
rocking with no major.
we got the Three Musketeers.
Here we are.
well, last podcast was with Rhetoric. That was a pretty fun one.
That was pretty dope.
Golfed with him too.
Yeah, that was fun. You guys started off real hot with those
Bro.
shank.
I started
was
off hot. Drive was good.
The second one, the breakfast bowl.
No, the first one was good.
No,
I found the first
you
one.
did fine. Well, yeah.
Well, it was fine. No, first one was good.
Kicked it out.
I wouldn't have shanked mine if it weren't for Liam shanking his and Rhetoric shanking his, and then it got in my head, and I was like,
Well, I wouldn't have
Shit.
shanked mine if it wasn't for
now,
Rhetoric.
now I was like, I have to have a good shot, or else we're gonna be on this hole.
To be honest, the shanks, it's like
contagious.
I've seen Rory do it on the range. When you get them, you're like, fuck.
AK just did it.
Yeah. We can talk about that, but
Yeah.
when you get the shanks going, I feel bad. And I saw you three, and I'm like, I had 60 yards out, little flip wedge, and I'm like, this is a high probability I'm gonna shank it too.
Yeah.
So I kind of pulled it a little bit and overcorrected for that, but yeah, it was a good time. Rhetoric, not really like kind of who I thought he'd be.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a super chill, normal,
super dope dude.
Yeah, he's like a normal guy.
but, you know, he's a pretty big musician, DJ for one of the biggest rappers right now in the game, right?
Yeah.
So,
Shout out Logic.
yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yeah, I wasn't sure like what to expect of him, but he seemed like way more normal than I thought he was gonna
yeah, for sure. I mean, and when I walked up and saw the kid, I was like, bro, this guy's got it.
be. Yeah.
This guy's got it. But I would have guessed like everyone in that industry is just like,
Yeah. I don't want to like be mean, but
yeah, I'm not like stereotyping or doing anything like that, but like naturally
But we
you
are.
Yeah, I mean we are, but naturally
Rappers.
you just think like those guys kind of like they live that lifestyle, like always with the party and the girls and shit like that.
Yeah, he
It's
wasn't
like,
about that.
no, it was not about that at all. It was actually quite the opposite.
Didn't drink
It was-
much.
No, it was actually he was super chill dude.
That's probably why he's been successful.
Yeah,
he didn't
for
get
sure.
tied up into
Yeah.
that stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah.
Like most of those guys got like egos and stuff like that, but
didn't. He was-
Rhetoric
yeah.
not at all. Super cool dude.
Yeah.
Even we were kind of fucking around with the waitress, like, "Oh, this guy's famous. This
Yeah.
guy's famous," and he was just like, "No."
He was like, yeah, no, I'm not about it. Yeah.
no.
Shout out
She-
Chase, aka Rhetoric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Cool guy.
super cool guy.
But the tough thing about filming and playing golf that people don't see when you're watching the video
Hate it.
is like the wait between shots.
Yeah.
When we only have one guy filming, like I'm partly blaming my shank. Number one on Rhetoric. Number two, stood there for like 3 minutes and like did 20 practice swings.
You're wasting all your swings,
thought
man.
about it. Thought about
we all
it.
played better when the camera went away, too.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
oh,
much
so much
we
better,
filmed
yeah.
the first 6 holes.
I mean,
and
it
then-
also didn't help that Evan went to film. Did he film you first?
Chase.
Oh, he filmed Chase first.
And then me across the
He
other
filmed,
side.
yeah, he filmed Chase
Yeah.
first on the other side. Chase shanked. Then he had to run over to you, filmed you, shank over there. Then he had to run back to me on the other side, shank, went back over there.
Yeah.
It was run faster, Evan. It's pretty much what we're
And
saying.
we play golf so fast, so like when we play kind of slow on camera, it like gives me an anxiety. Like I
know.
gotta fucking play. I gotta
I
go.
feel like I'm being iced out.
It was funny because we were playing Rolling Hills, and we were like, let a group behind us who was playing as a fivesome
Yeah.
Yeah.
go ahead of us.
Yeah.
And we started on the back 9, so we get to hole 14. Those guys are already like going up to 18 green.
Yeah.
So they're
Way ahead
5 holes ahead of us.
Yeah.
And then we only filmed the first 6 holes, and we just played normal. When we got to the back 9, we caught those guys.
Yeah.
We're waiting on them.
We made up like 5 holes with
Yeah.
how fast we
Which
played.
is wild.
You play so slow, and
Yeah.
you got to wait for the camera.
It is very nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nerve wracking on camera.
I think next time we need to either bring a second videographer like Will,
Yeah.
or honestly just have me and Stewey just film our fairway shots.
Yeah.
Because like I'm more than capable of holding the camera and filming like a fairway shot. We don't have to wait 2 minutes for Evan or
Hey man,
Ryan over here.
our first OG YouTube videos.
Yeah, it was just all me and Stewie filming
Yeah, it was
ourselves.
just us filming.
Yeah, it was good.
ourselves.
I like
I mean,
that.
it was fine. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
yeah.
good enough.
It was good enough.
Yeah.
It saved some time too.
Yeah.
But they were funny.
Definitely save some time.
I
Yeah.
think you could definitely do that.
Well, spring collection came out last week.
True.
That was a big drop. Did really well. People were excited.
Money.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly probably non-biased. This is a non-biased review. Best
I know what
drop.
you're gonna say, and I'm gonna agree
Best drop. It's the best drop we've had so far.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's non-biased.
It's the best design.
There's not like a bad polo in there or like a polo I saw that I'm like, I probably wouldn't wear that.
Yeah, no.
I was kind of hesitant on the elephant stripes.
Bro, once I was
People are
wearing it, I
loving
felt
that.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's selling.
Yeah, it's selling. People are loving that polo.
Yeah,
it's different. So
It does
Hey.
Because it's
stand
like
out.
it gives off like the Jordan vibe.
Yeah.
Low-key, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little bit. Yeah,
yeah,
I like that.
yeah, it's pretty good.
The photo shoot went well at Red Rocks. That looked sick.
Yeah, it was dope.
All the Red Rocks in the background.
I'm gonna post some of those photos to the OG page,
You better.
to the boys page. I'll do
yeah.
it.
It was a good shoot, and
If I drink this, I'm not gonna get like high, right?
no. Are you changing it from root beer to CBD ginger
Well, I have-
ale?
No, I have both.
You have the root beer. Okay.
I
Okay,
always have
good.
a pair off, but
Good.
But like this is 20 milligrams of broad spectrum hemp extract.
Okay.
So I'm like not gonna get.
I think it's just CBD, man. I don't think there's like
Is
a
it like that Rizzle?
psychoactive-
What is it? Fizzle?
Oh, it's rip.
Ripple?
Ripple?
No,
It's not like that.
it's, not,
it's not a Rizzle.
it's not a Rizzle.
No, I think you're gonna be totally fine with that.
Oh,
It's gonna knock you out. Though. Let me smell it.
go
Does
ahead.
it smell like
give it a
weed?
whiff. I don't really know. It's got something in there, something funky.
Literally smells like normal ginger ale.
Oh, really?
Whoa! Smell that.
I
Does
don't
it smell any different than ginger ale?
Be
No,
honest, it
just
does.
smells like-
Nah, come on.
It just smells
That's
like
not
true
your
ginger.
That's not your Canada Dry ginger ale.
It's pretty
It
close.
it just smells like true ginger.
All right, maybe you guys are right.
For freaks out.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, the Red Rock shoot.
Yeah.
Money.
I had some people texting me like, "Oh, how'd you guys get on Red Rocks? You guys aren't members there, but you want to talk about that?"
Member.
So we have a good relationship with some of the courses. We're in about 950 golf courses throughout the U.S. and I guess Canada, Mexico, all over the place, right? And so the guys at Red Rocks love our product. And we go out there on a Monday when a course is closed, traditionally a country club, right? And so they'll let us come out there and use the facilities and shoot. And really, it was driven by a lot of their members. A lot of their members love pins and aces and got us in the door at Red Rocks. And you just become friendly with people, and we'll give them a few extra polos for free as like a thank you for letting us use it. But we're going out there on a Monday. We're not actually playing golf. We're just shooting,
sad.
not destroying the course or taking divots out of the green.
No,
Definitely not.
it wasn't. It wasn't on the green.
No, it was just a little divot into the fringe. But
It was just on the fringe.
no, yeah,
It was an accident.
It's we replaced it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good good relationship to have, and they're pretty cool with us coming out and doing that. Yeah.
And they've been like OG wholesale, right? They were like one of our 1st wholesale customers back in like
Were they really?
2019. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they said
sure.
like, "Oh, if you guys ever want to use the course," we never took them up on it.
I think this was the first time or
Ever.
maybe second. I think we did the Zippo shoot there.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've only used it twice.
at the putting green.
What course were we on when we were like grilling on the green, or like grilling on
Fossil
the fairways?
Trace.
That was Fossil Trace. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
gotta
that
get
was
back
pretty
out.
wild.
That was sick too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should maybe do that again.
We'll bring that back for the 4th.
4th of
drop.
July.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool.
It's
I
some
love
sick-
Fossil Trace.
get some sick
And then
stuff.
St. Patty's came out too. That
Oh,
went really well.
yeah.
St. Patty's is a weird one because I can't tell like if it was going to hit really hard or not. I had a lot of people commenting on social media like when St. Patty's, and I couldn't tell if it was the same like 3 people who were asking for
I know.
St.
Can
Patty's.
I ask you like an honest question?
Yeah.
Like, what is St. Patrick's Day? What are we celebrating?
St. Patrick. I'm
Like-
not sure what
like,
it is.
Like, what did he do?
Evan will pull it up.
Like Evan, could we?
As a Catholic, I should probably know
Can we
this.
figure out who St. Patrick is and what he did and why we celebrate him?
Yeah.
And like, why isn't like Columbus Day as big?
I don't know. Maybe we should do a Columbus Day.
Like-
I think that's like racist now, though.
Would
Is
observes
it Christopher Columbus?
It observes the death of St. Patrick.
Like who? St. Patrick though.
I knew it started
The patron saint of Ireland. The holiday has evolved into a celebration of Irish culture with parades, special foods, music, dancing, drinking, and a
I
whole
think it
lot
was
of
just
grain.
an excuse to
See, but
party
yeah,
and get drunk.
So like, it's an Irish thing. So why the
Yeah, it
fuck are we
is.
doing it?
yeah.
Well, I mean, it talks about the arrival of Christianity in Ireland. So
And then like, we got Christianity, so like, okay, let's
yeah, it's
celebrate
basically
it
just
too.
an excuse to get fucked.
All right, yeah, good call. Yeah, then die in the Chicago River Green.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about the reel me and Stewey made at
Yeah,
the
so
bar?
talk about that. You went to the bar, you
Bro,
did
that was
some
a good-
car bombs mid-morning.
I'm not an alcoholic. You told us to go film that.
I know. I think it's funny. I think it was good.
That's like that
The reel was
from
good. and A lot of people liked it. It
Yeah.
got a lot of views.
yeah.
Well, I just called the place and I was like, "Hey, we work at a golf company, like 10 minutes away from you. Is it cool if we come film us like drinking a little bit
Yeah.
in our
I
St.
love
Patty's
when we
polos?"
I love when
He's
we
like,
call
"Yeah, stop
yeah.
by."
I love when we call people too because they're always like, "What? Like you
Yeah.
guys are a golf
He
company? You
was
want to come
confused.
film here?" Yeah, they're always so confused.
And I was like, "Is it possible for us to come before you guys open?" And I was expecting him to be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, that's fine. We open at 11, so show up at 10.
Yeah.
And then we showed up and the door was locked, and I was like, oh, God, they forgot.
Yeah.
Then we knocked on the back door, and they just let us in, started pouring drinks for us.
Yeah.
And they didn't even charge you. They're just
No, it was actually a
no.
sick bar. Yeah.
Evan was the.
I mean, it was only one drink.
wasn't he the bartender?
Yeah, Evan made our boy Evan made an appearance actually in the reel.
So he was filming.
That
it
was him
and-
slinging drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And putting the video together while bartending.
Yeah, it was sick.
And we were like slamming the glasses down, trying to like act it out. And Stewie shatters his glass.
That's not from
Yeah,
from
what
that.
happened? I've
You
been
didn't
hearing
break
about
it?
this.
You didn't break it?
Let me tell the story because
Okay, you
there's two
broke it.
versions of every story. Number one, we're like, yeah, we're slamming the glasses down. Liam's slamming his hard, and I'm like, bro, that's gonna shatter. I'm like, if anyone's gonna shatter a glass, it's you. It didn't. But then I did mine, fine, whatever. And then I like turned around for a second, and then just like went like this, like I literally like it was like a, and then boom, shattered everywhere.
Really?
Just like the most
they
nonchalant.
pissed?
No, not at all. He's like, bro, no. I was like, shit, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. We replace those glasses like all the time. It's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
They're cool with it.
So
They were cool about
they
it.
were cool, dude.
And then afterwards, we're like, hey, we're done filming. Like, can we pay for these drinks? And they're like, no, it's on the house.
Yeah.
So then we had some St. Paddy's bowls in the car that we just gave to them.
Yeah. They
And
like
they're-
them?
Yeah, they liked them a
Yeah,
lot.
they thought it was sick.
They're like, you guys should come back for St. Paddy's and like party with
Yeah,
us
they're
at St. Paddy's.
they're like it's gonna be wild on St. Paddy's Day.
Should go.
Yeah,
It was
we
a
should-
sick
bro. It's a
bar,
dope bar
actually.
too. Yeah.
Is it in Arvada?
Yeah,
It's like
Clancy's.
10 minutes away.
Is it in Old Town Arvada?
No,
No.
the other. It's like more like Wheat Ridge almost.
Bro, it's got like 3 different bars in the place.
Huh.
It's like not that. It's like probably like as big as this room, but like it's just like sectioned out. Sick.
Yeah, it's very like
crazy.
divided up with like
Yeah.
a bunch of cool shit on the wall.
It's actually wild. Is this Clancy's?
We'll pull up some pictures.
Shout out Clancy's
It's actually
Irish
a
pub.
sick. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in Wheat Ridge.
It's dope.
Good reviews. Shit, 1,700 reviews?
Bro,
Bro,
look at
it's
that.
sick.
Look
Look
how
at it.
sick it
Look how sick it is inside.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's where we were sitting.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
Right there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's where I broke a glass.
it was like legit.
Yeah, it was legit.
And we thought about asking the bartender, like, hey, like we're gonna do some car bombs for the video. Like, can you like fake it? And then we were like, you can't fake a car bomb. Like,
Because it was like 10 a.m. and Liam's like, yeah, we gotta drink
how
car
did,
bombs.
how did Evan get to pouring drinks? Was there someone back there like
Well, they were
helping,
ju-
or was
like,
Evan just have access to the
No,
JMO bottle?
like they poured them.
and I think he just went and grabbed them and like pretended to give it.
Yeah, like we didn't drink them yet. He just like pretended to give them to us.
because we were gonna use her in the video, and then we were like, we'll just use Evan.
Yeah, and Evan was like, is it cool if we like get behind the bar? I'm like, yeah, we don't care. It's fine.
huh?
And Evan's got some bartending experience.
Yeah,
so
our
we had
boy.
to put it
yeah.
to the use.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, shit. They have to have an Instagram. Evan, you should check and
Yeah,
see
they
if
got
have
IG.
an Instagram. We should tag, bro. We should actually go there on St. Paddy's Day.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it'd
what,
be
Post some
fun.
stories and be like Clancy's, like from where we were.
Yeah,
what are they? Clancy's.
Irish pub.
It looks like
Irish
it. We
pub.
should go there for lunch or something. Looks like they've got
Bro, they
food.
had. It looks like they had good.
Oh yeah, they
food.
do.
Usually the Irish pubs have, yeah.
Well, not
some
a lot.
chick named Clancy.
I can't tell. That's in Wisconsin. I don't know where that
I
is.
don't think that's the one.
I could. Yeah, these aren't the ones.
Oh yeah, that could be it. Clancy's Wheat Ridge. It won't load, but yeah, it might be. But yeah, it's a sick setup over there.
Yeah, it was dope.
But yeah, they were cool with us. But me and Stu unfortunately actually had to do the car bomb at 10 a.m.
God, it was brutal,
that-
man.
What is it? It's
And, like, she filled it-
JMO with beer.
It's Guinness, and then you get a shot of
Jameson.
Jameson and
Brown. I don't know.
what's
what it
like
is.
the milky shot? Fuck.
Kahlua.
Bailey's? Yes.
It's like half Bailey's, half Jameson. You drop it in the beer, and then it tastes like chocolate milk.
I mean, like, yeah.
Did it really?
It literally does.
Kind
I
of.
mean,
kind of.
with that, with those with those ingredients,
Yeah,
as close
it's-
as you can come to
yeah,
chocolate milk
it
without
was-
real chocolate.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad, but like at 10 a.m., it's like, wow, that hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt my soul.
Bro, the-
And she filled it up there.
yeah.
And I'm like, you couldn't have just laid off like a little bit, lady.
I know she
But
filled it
she
to the
thought she
brim.
tossed it up to
I
the
remember
brim.
last St. Patty's we did the thing like, hey, if you're out at the bars and you post,
Oh,
like
yeah.
we'll Venmo you a
Yeah,
drink.
yeah.
Do that.
And me and Sue went out to the bars and people were like DMing us. And we
Yeah.
actually met a few guys at the bars who knew us. They're like, you guys have to do car bombs with us. So we bought them car bombs.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
And we did like 5 in a row in the course of like 20 minutes. So the last one I like dropped it in, and then I like started talking to someone, forgot about it. But if you drop it in, then like the milk
to curdle.
starts to curdle. So like in like 5 or like even like in 3 minutes, it starts to get like thick.
You're joking.
Oh
no,
yeah.
Evan,
it's
pull
bad.
up a picture of like a curdling.
It was like a car bomb curdle.
Bro, it literally starts to get thick, and I had to chug it, and it was like going up thick down my throat.
Here
Bro,
he is again. Here he is again.
What's that reference, man?
it's going
down real thick.
it's going thick down my throat.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
Like
Yeah, look at it. Look, that's that one right there. Look, that's it curdling to the left.
No. Go down.
Yeah, that guy right there.
No.
Is it no?
No. Click back. I've seen this. Down.
Yeah,
right there, right there.
Oh,
testing
yeah.
table.
Yeah.
To the right.
Yeah, and if you like
To the right. Right. One more right there, like that.
Whoa, that's actually a sick photo though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just gets
and
real
it gets
thick.
and you're trying to drink it. Oh,
How do you
that's
try
the
and drink
worst.
it?
You got to do it right away.
How do you do it though?
You just got to gulp it down.
That was that fucking hand gesture.
I
man.
don't
Cut
get that
shit
hand
out.
gesture. No, let's go there on. Isn't it? Is it Sunday?
Yeah.
17th. Is St. Paddy's always on a Sunday, or is it? No, it's just the 17th.
I think it's the 17th.
Is it always on a weekend?
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah. I remember, like,
I don't
one day
get.
was
You know,
a
I don't get
Tuesday.
that about the months and the days.
What?
What?
Like, why is it? Like, how come my birthday, like March 2nd, is always on a different day?
Are you joking?
Like, what do you mean?
Be-
Why don't like? I don't, like, why does it change?
Because there's 7 days.
Why is like Thanksgiving not always on like the same
Thanksgiving's
day?
always
It's
on
always the
Thursday.
third Thursday.
It's a different date. It can either always be on the same, like, third Thursday of the month, or it could be the 17th of every month. So, or every year. So, simple math here, Stu. I know you struggle with math.
Not a big math
There's
guy.
7 days in a week.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, got it.
And there's usually 4 weeks in a month,
Yep.
but sometimes more, right?
Or less.
If it was going to be the same day of every date of the year of like particular month, there'd be 28 days every month. But there's not. There's 30, there's 31. February has 28, but every 4 years there's a February 29th. It's called a leap year.
Right.
So because of that, because it doesn't divide equally, some days or some years you're going to have it on a different date. That's how that works.
Now you know.
Yeah.
When'd you become the calendar police?
I mean, it's just simple.
Basic knowledge.
Basic knowledge, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why your birthday's on a different day of the week every year. But it's the same number.
I didn't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I guess now you know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm the one brave enough to ask questions around here in this joint.
Not good.
Yeah, whatever.
Brave enough. We should go like Thursday to like lunch. Take the team out to lunch there. We're like, hey, Pins and Aces is at lunch before St. Paddy's weekend. Come by and we'll give you a free St. Paddy's polo. Let's do something like that. So then people have the polo for the weekend, for their own plans, because everyone has their own plans.
Yeah.
So like, come here, get your polo.
Well, I think we should go. I think on St. Paddy's, we should go there.
I'm gonna be in Dallas.
Oh, you are?
Are you fucking joking? That's when you're going?
Yeah,
Guess we're going.
Guess we're going.
I'll be representing down there.
Yeah, sure you will, man.
Don't worry.
We'll go.
I know what you're doing down there.
Yeah. What are you doing down there, Lee? Why don't you talk about
I'm just
it?
visiting old friends. Why are you trying to patronize me like
Old
this?
friends.
They are old
Oh,
friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've known them since I was in elementary
And you
school.
reconnected with one really recently, right?
I mean, not at all. We've always kept in touch.
Okay.
And
You have to touch, the other night for
A
sure.
lot of touching.
Yeah.
not at all. Not at all. Don't make it sick. We've been old friends. They live in Dallas. They're going to move back to Denver. So they're like, hey, before we move back, you should come out and visit us. Logan's going to be down there for St. Paddy's too. So just felt like the right time.
Getting the whole gang back together.
Yeah, just getting the whole squad back. Just felt like the right time.
You're blushing, man. Honestly, I'm kind of. Are you guys feeling this too?
Well, I haven't drank
No,
any,
we
so I
haven't
would not be
drank
feeling
anything.
that.
Oh, you got.
He was had
No,
two
we're not.
sips.
No, I'm not
Just had
actually.
2 sips. It's literally full.
It's actually. I'm not saying I'm feeling it, but it's just.
You just said, are you
But I'm feeling it.
No,
I'm not saying I'm feeling it, but I'm fucking feeling
there's something there. It's maybe as bad as the ripple. The ripple is crazy.
it. Not Ripple.
If you guys have heard of ripples, don't do it.
They're not bad, but
No.
Nick,
not
talk
that.
about how the photo shoots have evolved from, us
this hair, man.
doing kind of a get that off there, doing like a slapstick photo shoot, in 2018 to now where we have 2 photographers. We get to go out to our private course. Like, what's it been like for you to see that evolution?
I think it's more important, like the content and the marketing for a product launch to sell it right and to make it look good. I think, man, I mean, before I'm trying to think of like our first collection, like who we used as a model. I think
Well, like, so there's some old Augusta ones.
we didn't even have model shots.
I don't even reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, remember we were just doing them on white. They were
Yeah.
just like floating pictures,
Yeah.
which I actually like that look. It's like how Kith models it, but having like people in the pictures worked better. So yeah, I mean, I was in them. Not a good look to have that. But the studio shots were like Christian, John's been doing them for a while.
Yeah.
McKenna. But yeah, it definitely helps to go to a shoot. Now we've got like real lighting, real cameras. It looks better for sure. But again, when you start out, I think we've talked about it before, you don't need crazy high-end technical equipment. We were shooting with like our phones and a cheap camera.
Yeah.
And it works. And then you evolve and you make better products and better pictures. So
Bro, even last year, I remember when we shot Augusta and we were doing it in Scottsdale and like just packing up and like getting all the shit. We brought like 5 like of every single polo. We had like 50 polos down there.
Yeah.
And then now it's like Evan and Will have everything ironed out. They have who's wearing what. They have their size
That's
like dialed in.
Very
It's
scheduled out.
Yeah, it's much more
very
organized.
very
now.
structured.
Yeah.
Which is way better.
And even with that spring collection, like I was telling the guys, is like we don't need every polo. I mean, you do need every polo because like some of the lifestyle that like you posted the other day on Instagram where it shows like the name of the picture of the product, and I think you see that in the sales, like they're selling really well and people see them and it looks great, and the designs are great. I think it's our best, like everyone said, it's our best collection yet. There's kind of something for everybody from subtle to loud. But yet like still classy, and you could wear any of those polos to a high-end club.
Yeah.
I think they're just better than what we've done before.
Yeah. There were some guys who came in the retail store. Like there was an older guy today and he's like, I love your guys' stuff. I saw the spring collection, but I want something that's like more low key. Like, do you guys have that? And I showed him like four polos in the collection that are like more low key. And then last week some guy came in, he's like, I want your guys' crazy shit.
Yeah.
We had like 4 for him.
Bro, even
it was much more evened out.
Even literally the FedEx guy that was here, like for like a pickup.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, like he's like, I love your guys' stuff. He's like, I love all that loud shit. He's like, if I didn't have my boss in the truck with me, like I'd be here shopping.
I know. I went and gave him some
And he
stuff.
gave him some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like, I love that loud shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what we've moved to is like the spring and fall collections, like our evergreen collections that are there for a while, that we have a lot of inventory of. Those will be like subtle, and then you do like a collab with like a Yellowstone or a Turtles, and those are like loud and crazy and limited.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're moving to with that. So
And it was nice having 2 videographers, 2 photographers, because, we spent a lot of time on the spring collection, but then me and Stewey shot St. Paddy's with Evan.
Yeah.
You shot Yeti with Will.
yeah.
So, like, we were able to kind of, like, divide and conquer. I
Bust out
guess,
collabs, yeah.
Which is nice when you have multiple people there.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But that's definitely a positive.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I think it's like you're starting. We talked to a lady that came in today, and she's trying to help out. She's starting like this women's line, over technical, overthinking stuff. Hey, just get something out there, get something started, and the rest will come. We didn't hire Evan day one. He's a new hire. As you scale and grow the business, then it can take on additional resources.
But he feels like part of the family already.
He does. Yeah, he does.
And he's carrying the content on his back right now.
He is.
Let's give Evan a shout out. He does the pod,
Shout out
behind the
Evan.
spade, the YouTube videos.
Some of those new product pages.
Guy's cracked, man.
Yeah, he is correct.
Yeah, check out the
That
bags.
CU blood in them.
It is.
We also
That's
didn't
all
talk
it for
about this on the Rhetoric podcast because, we'd all had a bunch of drinks. I don't think Rhetoric's like a huge sports guy, so we didn't really touch on sports and betting as much on that podcast. It was more free flowing.
more
But
musica.
we got to get back to Nick's bet of
Oh my
8K.
God. How fucking great
What
was
did you
that?
say, top 10 or top 20?
I think
you
top
said
10.
I think you
plus
said top
750.
10, which was
Yeah.
just a disgusting.
And he
shot.
ended up taking dead last by 10.
That's even
So
worse.
you had 10,
literally
right?
the only highlight I saw of him was
The shank.
the shank.
Yeah.
And then like him walking up to Bryson. I think it was Bryson.
Yeah.
Or no, it was John Rahm.
Rom, and they didn't know who he was.
Yeah, and they had no idea who he was.
thought he was a fan.
Yeah, he's
like,
like
ready to sign an autograph.
Yeah, and he's like, nah, man, I'm a player.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big he was. Like, me and Stewie are too young, but bro,
Yeah, I had no idea.
everyone your age is like, bro, he was the next Tiger Woods.
He was.
Like, how?
literally. So this is what's crazy about Anthony Kim. So he won a few times on tour. Then he went to the Ryder Cup. This guy was so dialed in at the Ryder Cup against Sergio
What
in
year?
2008.
Okay.
So this is, I'm 18. I'm a senior in high school, going to go into college. Like, obviously, I'm into it. I'm into golf.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who Anthony Kim is, like you said, my age.
But Tiger was still dominating at that
For
point.
sure. Tiger was, but this was like the next Tiger. Like, he was on par.
Okay.
He came out and in the Masters that year, he had, you should pull it up, Evan, how many birdies he
Bro,
had at
I
Augusta.
just want like an
I
Anthony
think
Kim
he had
highlight
like
reel.
11 birdies at Augusta. 11 of the 18 holes he birdied in one round.
Damn.
Just search like how many birdies did Anthony Kim have at Augusta?
Bro, and that one kid
one
just
round.
and then didn't that one kid just shoot Knapp? What's his name?
Or Jake Knapp? He almost won again.
Bro, he just shot like a 28.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
No, that was Eric Van Rooyen.
No.
11
Oh,
birdies.
Knapp did?
Yeah. He had 11 birdies.
2009, set the most 11 birdies in the second round at Augusta, bro. I mean, how do you have 11?
How did he
birdies at
not win?
Augusta? So, He didn't win.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. I wish he would have, because I don't think he would
How
have
do you go
left.
11 under on the day and not
No,
win?
not the day. He had 11. I don't know what his card was. He probably had 5
Yeah.
bogeys. He
in
could
the
have shot 6
in the
under.
second round.
He could have shot 6 under,
Yeah,
though.
but he
He
could
had
have
bogeys.
bogeys as well.
Oh, true,
He had
true,
bogeys.
true.
I don't know how many bogeys. He shot low round, though.
Oh.
Anyways, so he was huge. Then he was so dialed in at the Ryder Cup
Yeah.
against Sergio. He beat Sergio. He made like a 15-footer to beat Sergio.
Damn.
He was so locked in, he didn't even know he beat him. He walked to the next hole. Didn't even like shake his hand. He was just so focused. He's like, I'm on to the next hole. And then they're like, hey, bro, you won. Like, you won the match. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. Takes his hat off and shakes Sergio's hand.
What?
Like, he was so locked in. And then,
How did he not know you won, though?
huh?
How does he not know you won?
Because he's so focused on just like playing. When you're focused, like you don't know what you're scoring. It's happened to me twice in a round where I had no idea where I was at and I wasn't even thinking about it.
Damn.
You're just like so
That's probably
focused
better.
in.
Yeah. It's so much better. Yeah.
He was so focused. And then this is why everyone's crazy about him is after that, you never heard from him again. It's like he literally played in a golf tournament and then he went. There was no social media back then. He never played another tournament. He had no Twitter. He had no Instagram. He had nothing.
What do you do?
No one knows. That's what's crazy.
Just like disappeared
Bro,
for 10 years?
No one saw him for like 10 years, even on a range. And then there was like 2 years ago, someone posted him on a range and people freaked out. It went viral online.
Why
2
isn't
years
someone
ago.
asking him, like, what the hell happened?
Well, so the rumor is, and he said he's going to tell a story, which I'm really curious to see because I've heard, we played golf with a guy in Arizona a month ago, and he was like, "Oh, I'm friends with Anthony. He comes up to Vail, go skiing with him. Like he's made a bunch of money. He's done this and that, and he's fine." And then other people are like, "He got hooked on drugs,
Nice.
and he fell off the face of the map. He was an alcoholic." Then other people are like, "Well, he got injured and he took an insurance payout, and his insurance payout was if he ever touched a club again, he'd have to pay back his insurance money. That's why he didn't pick up a club." So who knows what really happened?
Damn.
But Liv signing him, and I said this on the pod. It's bigger than signing Brooks, Rahm, anybody on Liv. They got 2 million views, and like most of their views are like 200,000.
Yeah.
So they got like a shit ton of views
Just from Anthony Kim?
from Anthony Kim.
Damn.
And he's playing. He's got 10 more tournaments. He's signed all the way through this year at Liv. So I'm hoping he doesn't shoot 76, 76, 74
God, that's awful.
going forward. I hope he has like a chance and plays well. But look at what those guys are doing. Like Jocko shot what 22 under or something crazy. Like 63, 64. They're going low. Rahm's going low. That's a big gap, and he's been out of it for a long time. So we'll see where he actually finishes. But yeah. I was hopeful, and I put
dead last by 10 strokes,
I
that's
put
tough.
like wishful thinking money on Anthony Kim.
Yeah.
To do top 10.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Can we talk
come
about
to
my bet,
fruition.
though, for a second?
Yeah.
Because that's smashed.
It did hit 3-1, correct score.
3-1, correct score line, plus 750. You're welcome.
Pretty
How
good.
much did you win?
Yeah, how much did you win on that?
Like, I put $20 on, so
Cap.
times 7.5.
Cap.
No, I didn't put any money on.
What's 20 times 7.5? I told you the answer earlier too.
Yeah, it's like, what, $150? $160? Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bro, you should have rolled with yourself.
Bro,
You should've trusted
I
yourself.
said it in the group chat. I don't say these bets for me. I say them for you guys so you can win money. That's why.
But he doesn't believe in him enough to put his own money
That's why.
on the
No,
line.
that's just my instincts.
It's probably a fair fraud,
Yeah, not
What?
Fair fraud to
Not take your own bets.
take your own bet. Sounds like fraud to me.
fucking fraud.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, it's fraud, but I'm not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Chivalry isn't dead,
I was actually watching that game and it was 1-0 and I was like, this is gonna end 3-1, 100%.
bro. It's wild.
I could like.
Well,
it-
didn't Rashford score first? Right?
yeah,
it was 1-0.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Is
What
the
the
team
fuck was
that
that goal,
won
bro?
was up 1-0?
No, they were
losing.
1-0.
And you thought they would come back
Yeah.
and score 3 more
Oh,
goals?
I always
Yeah.
knew they were going to. Yeah,
There was like no doubt. I was like, they're definitely gonna win. They're probably gonna.
But I'm
probably
pretty- but
gonna
I'm-
You
beat
should have hammered that in game.
Didn't-
I know,
didn't
I
Bern-
probably
didn't
should,
Bernardo
but I can
Silva-
never bet against.
didn't
Man
City
U.
score like 90 plus 5?
No, it was like 89th or.
Oh,
Oh, man,
okay.
you
Yeah.
lost?
Yeah,
Are
United
they not
lost.
good this year?
No, they suck.
Really?
They always suck.
City.
Why?
United
Yeah.
management's trash.
Will they get relegated?
No,
They're not that bad.
No, they're not that horrible. They're like
Who's going to get relegated?
like the same 3 teams that always get
Who?
promoted, like
Like-
Luton.
Yeah,
Heard of them.
Exactly.
a few other like shit bags.
And like 2 other.
Burnley's probably
Yeah,
going
Burnley's
down.
probably going down. Is Everton going down?
They might. Bro, Everton, they got like caught doing like financial fair play because you're only allowed to spend a certain amount of money based on your profit and all this stuff. And they were like cooking their books.
Really?
So they got a 10-point deduction.
from the table.
Oh.
So just 10 points taken away. And then they got it shrunk to 6.
Yeah, it's gonna be Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield.
Yeah, it's just the 3 teams who come up pretty much go down.
Yeah.
They don't have the money to buy the players, and they go up, then they go down.
And like no one wants
go
to.
up, they go down.
No one wants to go to them because they're just gonna get relegated.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a dog eat dog world out there.
Wasn't Man City like relegated at one point? Like, weren't they low?
No,
I
I
thought
mean
they
they
were
probably
shitty at one
started.
point.
Like everyone
Yeah,
has
I
to
mean,
start.
they were shitty like in the mid-2000s.
Yeah, I thought they like.
No, they
One
weren't.
year
Yeah,
they
they
won.
were.
It was
All
like
right, they were
shock.
pretty shitty.
Dog
Yeah.
shit.
When they
True.
won the Premier League,
Yeah.
it was like.
Then they got dirty oil money, and then they started being good.
Bro, the guy literally just shits on the oil money. They got new owners and
Like Saudi money?
Yeah, Saudi money.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
they piss money,
And now they're being investigated for like financial fair play shit too.
which is
Like
100%
Everton,
true.
yeah, Everton got in trouble for like 4 cases of it. They're looking into Man City for like 275 cases of financial
Really?
fair play.
Yeah.
So they get like if they get found guilty, they're literally going to be sent down to the bottom league.
Yeah.
in
Really?
But like they'll just pay whoever because
They'll probably
So
just pay it off.
what's the budget? Because it's based on like financials. So if someone comes in with a lot of money, they can pay them. There's no cap limit.
Yeah, there's no cap, but it's something like if you make $50 million, you're not allowed to go spend $400 million.
Why?
in
So
the
then
offseason.
how do a rich owner
I
come
think
in?
they try and like regulate like because City obviously has more money than like Luton, so like they try and like you can. I think the league tries to put a cap on it.
Yeah, and it has to be based on like your profit. You just can't go in and spend $2 billion and be losing money every single year.
Yeah,
And that's what they're doing.
but
So it's fucked.
and everyone says like, oh, they just buy a player for like 200 mil. They just
Well,
raise,
how can they do that?
They just raise the oil prices the next day and make the money back.
Yeah.
That's what
Honestly.
everyone says.
But how can they do that if they're not profitable?
They are
Well, they're
profitable
not,
though.
yeah, I mean they are profitable, but not by the amount that they spend. They probably make like $1 billion,
Yeah,
and they've spent like probably like 10.
the club's probably worth
Yeah, it's like 6 billion.
yeah, something stupid.
Really?
Yeah. So, but they got that dirty oil money.
So dirty.
It's so dirty.
Disgusts me.
He's just mad because United's trash.
Absolutely disgusts me, man. Bro, I saw this thing on Twitter. It was saying, would you rather see Anthony Kim win a tournament this year or see Tiger Woods win a tournament?
Tiger.
What?
Tiger.
Who the fuck cares about Anthony Kim, man?
I don't care about Anthony
Honestly,
Kim
who
winning a
cares
live
about
event, but I would want to see Tiger.
It's just crazy because I don't get how Anthony Kim was like so big, but then like there was just like no like photographers, like no news social outlets
be
like
like
wanted to follow him
10
at
years
all.
ago, man.
Like
So-
Tiger had, but like with all that shit with Tiger, everybody was following
So
Tiger
I'll give
around.
you a soccer reference. Who is like
Ronaldo.
who's a guy who's like the next Messi or the next David Beckham in the English Premier League that's been
Phil Foden.
around for like 3 years?
Phil Foden.
Holland? He's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, he's
It'd be
crack.
like him tomorrow, never leaving the team, and you wouldn't hear from him.
Yeah,
see from me.
people
delete all
would be
his social.
asking fucking questions.
Yeah.
And there would be people at his house like videotaping him walking out. What's he doing? He gets like videotaped
He
at
just
clubs
went
and shit.
dark, just dark.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
People couldn't find him.
But, like,
He
how
grew his
does-
hair out? You couldn't find him.
like people don't know where he lived.
No.
People knew
He
where
moved.
Tiger lived.
He moved.
Was it because social media wasn't as big back then?
Yeah,
too?
it wasn't as big back then, and
They made that whole documentary on Tiger.
People couldn't find him. I know, but that's Tiger. It would be like that Holland guy just disappearing
It's fucking wild, man.
for 15 years.
That is so wild.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
How'd he get hurt?
I mean, he definitely had injuries. Like, golf's a very injury-prone sport, very physical.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Man. Live forever. Super.
No, but people, honestly, like, you look at Derek, he's like, oh, I got carpal tunnel. I was at the range all day.
He's always got his elbow sleeves on.
Yeah. But
such a bad
you can get, I mean, if you look at it, like, Zalatoris is a good example. He has so much torque and so much speed. Your back isn't meant to handle
Bro,
that
like
much.
like Gordon
speed.
Sargent's swing.
Yeah.
He likes violent.
It's violent, and
Yeah.
so that leads to even Justin Thomas is gonna have issues. They
And,
swing so
bro,
hard.
young
through the
Tiger
ball.
swing was he was fucking swinging
Yeah.
hard.
And he's had so many back surgeries
Yeah.
and fusions and all kinds of shit. He can't even. He moves his like can't move his neck. He goes like
Tiger?
because yeah, it's like he's fused like 4 discs, so he
Jesus
can't.
Christ,
He's
man.
got to turn his body. So that just like affects. So he definitely had injuries. Wrist injuries are common. All those kind of things. And apparently that was it. But I want to know what he. I mean, I'm sure Liv signed a deal and was like, "You're playing in all these events. You're gonna tell your story.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you
tell a
have to.
documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be a wild documentary.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
yeah. I
I'd
wanna
watch
see
that.
it. Full Swing came out. Did you guys see that?
No,
Did it?
I haven't
The new
watched
season?
It. Yeah,
The new
I need,
season
I need,
came
to,
I didn't watch that yet.
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
I need
Who's
to
on
watch
it?
that too. I saw Ricky.
I like Ricky.
JT.
Siwoo Kim.
JT wasn't on the first one.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he
he was.
He's on this one too, though.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I can't remember.
See
Rory.
woo.
Yeah.
See woo.
I'm surprised you don't want to talk about your round with rhetoric because you were kind of struggling a little bit.
Struggling on camera. And
Bro,
then when you get to the back nine, how about 370-yard drive, 9-iron to 2 feet, eagle? That was a pretty good hole.
What hole was that?
What was that? What?
I stuck that 9-iron on
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, that was.
like 2
I
feet
remember
for
looking.
eagle.
I remember looking at Lee and I was like, that shot was unreal.
You cut the trees, took that big bounce off the aspen.
Yeah. Got so lucky.
Yeah.
Top spin.
Somehow he found his ball after he lost
yeah,
it.
found his ball.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. A lot of nonsense going on.
You and your magic balls.
My magic ball.
magic balls.
All you got to do, it's crazy with the magic balls. I recommend getting them, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just hit the middle of the fairway every time, it's really hard to lose a
Yeah,
ball.
honestly, I think I might have dialed my swing in.
You were hitting the driver really well.
Well, no,
I
yeah,
will
no.
say that.
Now I'm not talking about when we're playing with rhetoric.
Oh.
But yeah, driver's dialed, feels dialed.
It feels good. You're hitting it far.
Yeah.
You're getting length. I mean, you've added, honestly, since we first started playing, you've probably added 100 yards.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the timing.
Oh yeah.
You're hitting it as far as me. You can hit over 300 yards, and it's more consistent. The problem is you got to hit driver straight, and this is why Liam scores lower than you, because your short game, 100 yards it in, is just off.
It's fucking trash. It's actually scary.
That's all you should work
Yeah.
on. And it's you take this huge backswing and you just decel chunk into the ball.
It's dope.
Slow backswing and accelerate through.
Hey, but those Adele wedges are anti-chunk, man.
The Adele wedges are great,
Yeah,
actually.
they actually are sick.
But
This can't fix the decel.
Yeah, they just, I can't. But no, I was at the range with Mage, and he was telling me I was shorting the old backswing. Short backswing.
Yep.
Short backswing, fast through.
Yeah, it's like Tony
And
Finau.
I was hitting Major's forged apexes, extra stiff shafts, and I was absolutely puring.
You're probably in an extra stiff shaft now with your swing speed.
Really?
Yeah, I would say that. That's a
They're
good
heavy
shaft.
too, though. I think that was helping.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. But
Get more
felt dialed on the range. I was smacking.
When you have a higher swing speed and they're heavier, you actually get more accuracy out of it. You lose distance, but when your swing speed's that fast, you can.
I would rather be accurate than length.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna play in some of the invites
Yeah.
this year?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
You
WD.
gonna WD?
No, that was a one time.
No, we're going to Estes and we're playing all 3 days. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
win.
fucking winning that shit.
I should have won last year.
I'm saying my handicap's 25. I don't care.
no.
I had a Jordan Spieth Masters collapse at Estes Park.
Did you?
Did you?
No, it wasn't a collapse, but I should have won. I lost to some
You were like
65-year-old Asian
Yeah,
dude who
and he was trying to call you out for
4'8".
wasn't he?
Bro, that shit pisses me
He was
off.
trying to. He was like calling Liam out
It was
for
a
shit.
par 5. I think it was it was a par 4 actually. It was I don't know what hole. It must have been like 8 or maybe it was 9. In my
Are you like co-lead right now?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like up there. And
Yeah.
I had a great drive and then just shanked the second shot. Like absolute shank.
But this was after he was calling you, right?
No. This was before. I shanked it a whole fairway over, and then was like in the trees, hit a tree, hit another tree, got on the green and like 2-putted and got an 8. So I got an 8 on a par 4, which just hurt.
Yeah.
And I like putted it in, and I was all pissed. And the other guys keep score for you or whatever. So I was like, hey, that's an 8. And as soon as I said that's an 8, I was like, hey, that's an 8. He goes, that was a 9, wasn't it? And I was like, I was so fucking pissed. I was like, no. I went 1, 2 shank, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tap in 8. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, bro, you can't call someone out.
Wasn't that a
on
9, idiot?
I was like, you can't call someone out unless you're like, for sure.
Yeah.
And I counted and he's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, well, why did you yell?
What was he, Asian?
That's a 9. Yeah, so aggressively in my fucking face.
Anthony Kim.
He gets.
I just wanted to leave after that. I was so pissed.
He was like texting me while he was playing. He's like, bro, this fucking guy's trying to call me out.
You gotta just ignore the.
I just wanted to
that.
fuck.
Block out the noise, man.
And then it was windy as shit, and the weather was awful on the back 9. And I
Excuses.
just wanted to leave.
That's how it can be at Estes
Tiger never made
Labor Day.
excuses, man.
I just wanted to. Well, I'm not Tiger.
So
wanted to go
what
home.
was your handicap at that?
Like
event?
14.
Okay. What was yours? Like a 18?
He didn't
19?
play.
I didn't play in that.
Oh. Yeah, you were gone or something.
Yeah.
So you're gonna play. I think you should. The big thing is like on Monday too. Were you in the afternoon?
Yeah.
So if you're like below a 10, I think you get in the morning round.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to stick around all morning Monday and then play in the afternoon
Yeah,
and then you drive home.
Yeah.
You're probably unless you're like a 10 or better. Well, you could get there.
I could. What is it about? January?
No, Labor Day,
What the fuck?
September.
Was it?
The fuck would we
You think we're playing
Estes Park in January?
bro, in the winter?
I
5 feet of snow on the ground.
don't know. I don't know.
Anyways,
why
it's
I
Labor Day.
Oh.
But just get to under a 10 and
Well, and the thing that really messed me up was Sunday we had a round. I was playing really well, and I think we had like 4 holes left, and I was playing good for me. And then it got canceled because of the rain.
yeah.
and then the next morning at
go
6
play.
at like 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go play 4 holes,
And
and then I had to wait 6 hours and then go play 18.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so
that was
dick.
shitty.
What'd you even do?
That was shitty.
I like went back to the place and just like
Sat around.
and did nothing.
Yeah,
and
that's
then I
ass.
got all stiff, and then I had to go
Oh,
back out.
that was what it is.
I got stiffened up.
Well, you
and
weren't rolling out and stretching in
I
the.
should have, but I was so battered.
Should've
You
been
think
hitting balls for
you
6
think I can
hours.
drop 6 strokes off my
Yes.
game by September?
Yeah, especially since driver isn't the problem. If you can maintain just the driver,
Yeah.
straighten up the access.
Literally just 100 yards and in.
It's 100
Because
yards
my
and
irons
you're
are great
putting.
too. Yeah.
And you're putting.
My putting stretch.
Yeah,
I actually putt the best at rolling. I actually putt better on fast greens.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you're not taking as big of a stroke. It's more compact. It's a smaller stroke. There's
Yeah.
less error margin
Yeah.
for error. I would rather putt on extremely fast greens all day
Yeah,
long.
but 100 and in, just the worst shit you've ever
We
seen in
should
your
go
life.
play Estes a few times before the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you know the course, it helps.
Gotta get a couple
lot.
practice
Oh
rounds.
yeah.
I'd never played that course going into the tournament.
No, you
Yeah.
guys played the week before. or
we played
something.
We
once.
played
the
one-
week
we played
before,
once,
and
yeah.
we got through like 13
Oh,
holes
and then
and
it
got
rained,
rained out.
and, like,
so I
hell.
never saw the back, which was like the easier
Oh,
holes.
bro, that was hilarious when it started
Let me pull
hailing,
that
bro.
video.
And didn't Derek just like
Bro, was just sitting
walk
out
around?
bro. So they have all those shelters all over the course, right?
Yeah.
Like for the hail and like
Yeah.
for shit like that. So like we were like on hole 12 or 13.
No, you're on 6, I think. The par 5 on the front.
No, we got no.
Oh, were you on
we
the
were,
back?
we were on the back. We were on the back.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think-
it was like 11 or 12.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
on, and like started like raining and they were like, oh shit, this sucks.
That shelter in the middle of the field. Did you
Yes,
go to?
that's what we
Yeah.
and like so me and Lee like went over there, started hailing, and we're like, fuck this, like we're not waiting in the car, go to the shelter. It starts hailing so hard, clumps as well, just massive chunks.
Yeah.
And me and Lee are like taking videos under the shelter. There's like a bunch of other guys running over there in the shelter with us. Meanwhile, everyone's in the shelter, and Derek's just in the cart on the side of the on the car path, just in the cart, literally just sitting like this, just getting smacked
Just getting
on,
pelted.
getting drained with hail.
It was the worst hail. I just sent Evan the video. It was
Bro,
the
it
worst
was
hail I've ever seen.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like you can hear it hitting the roof.
Yeah, you can see it bouncing.
He's just like sitting in the car like that, and he's
Bro,
sat
it was
out
like
there.
40 minutes
Bro,
of just
it was like
continuous hail.
it was like probably 45
And that
minutes.
was at
just-
the beginning. At
yeah.
the end, it was like it looked like it had been
Bro, it was
all
it was
white.
absolute comedy, and he literally sat there, did not move, did not look at anybody for 45 minutes, just with his hood
Had his
on in
hood
the
up.
car like this.
It's hilarious.
It was so funny.
No, the
really-
back nines is the best because like 11's
Drivable.
drivable,
Yeah, a lot of
12's
drivable.
drivable,
Yeah.
13's drivable, 14's drivable.
They're all like that.
And you know I always go through. I had 1 year. I think the 1 year I won the tournament, I went eagle, birdie, eagle, birdie on that stretch.
What
Yeah, I drove both greens.
in a tournament?
Yeah, in the tournament, I won the Estes tournament.
Oh shit, yeah.
Should we bring Evan up and
and-
film, or is that just gonna throw everyone off?
No, it's gonna throw everyone off.
It's just be
Sorry,
funny
Evan.
content though, man.
It would be funny
It would
content.
be hilarious.
But it's like a real tournament, like a
I know,
points
they might not
event.
like
They're
that.
not gonna like that. Practice round, maybe.
Maybe.
Show people like,
Yeah,
oh,
of course.
because you know people watch us and they're like, "Fuck, you can't drive like 360 drive, bro. Like no chance." You got to keep in mind,
Bro,
we're in
air's-
Colorado.
Air's thin up there, buddy.
No, and even here, like that drive on Rolling Hills was legitimately 360, 370.
yeah,
You're cutting the corner a little bit, but up at Estes, you're at like 10,000 feet elevation.
Dude, on
Your drive goes forever.
Rolling-
Come to Colorado. and play
Rolling
golf.
Hills on 2, I was like 20 yards from the green.
Yeah, it's not unfathomable to hit a 350 yard plus drive.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun to show like that course is a fun course.
It is
It's
super
a lot of
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
actually.
and it's a good
When
tournament.
we played it a week before you guys played, so it was in September.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
End of August probably.
Yeah.
First week of
we
September.
were getting pelted on.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, it was like good when it was sunny. It was dope when it was sunny out.
Yeah, it was a fun course.
Then fucking Colorado.
Yeah,
It's,
and those greens are tough too. From back.
Yeah,
off front,
oh,
like,
yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
ridiculous.
And it was kind of shitty some days because you played in reverse. So like you do the back nine first, and by the time you're kind of warmed up, you've already got past the easy holes.
And 1 through
And then
5
like
are
1
hard.
through 5 are tough holes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that last day I was like 2 over on 1 through 5, and I was texting Stewey. I was like, bro, this shit's in the bag.
Yeah.
And I got a fucking 8.
It did. I bet I could find those texts.
And I
honestly.
still got like second. But I just collapsed.
Yeah. So, anyways, goals to be sub 10. I think for that event.
No, bro, I want to be like a 20.
No.
How are we gonna knock 6 strokes off my game? If you can teach me how to hit a fucking wedge, that'd be great.
Honest to God,
It's the easiest thing.
I could. Yeah, that's the easiest. All you got to do is like play decade golf. You got to hit to the middle of the green. So when you look at it, just hey, where can I not go on an approach shot? That's how I always look at it and say, okay, the pin is tucked right. I cannot miss my approach right because now I got an impossible chip. Like
How's
on
that gonna
one.
help me not chunking it?
Well, we got to solve that first.
Yeah, that's what we need to
So
solve.
the first thing is it's like mental errors, and then we played with Derek at Fox Hill. It's the mental errors. He should have broken 90.
Yeah, he should.
It's all the mental errors and the stupid things that you shouldn't do. You can't make double bogeys. You can't have 3 putts.
Yeah.
So you eliminate those. But okay, let's say like on hole 1 where I hit that 9-iron close. I missed that to the right. I pushed it a little. I was aiming for the middle of the green, going for a 2-putt, and I'm going to make birdie. Cannot walk away from that hole without a birdie. So I'm playing for the middle of the green, and I'm going to 2-putt for birdie. If I push it a little, which I did, it's close. If I pull it a little, I can still get up and down or 2-putt for birdie. If I miss the green right on hole 1 and the pin's right at
you're
Rolling
fucked.
Hills, I got to hit a high flop.
Over the bunker.
Best case scenario, I've got a 15-footer for birdie, and I'm going to miss it and make par. Or I'm going to leave it short. Now I bring bogey into play. So you got to eliminate those and know where to put the ball, especially in the approach shots. There's not a pin I'm really going for unless it's like easy pin, middle of the
So
green.
you're saying you go center of the green every time.
Usually, depending on what it is. You know, there's sometimes where you're feeling it. Hey, I can hit a little draw in
How
here.
is that going to help with me not chunking it?
Well, you got to solve that first. You got to accelerate through your pitch shot.
bro.
You got to accelerate. And then once you dial that in, now it's like, okay, the mental game. I know I can't hit this long. I can't hit it short. I can't hit it right. I can't hit it left. And then I'm going to pick a target. I'm going to focus on that, and I'm going to hit it there.
Why is decelerating making me chunk it?
Because you're slowing down into the swing. Your body movement, especially your lower body, is off. And it's going to cause you to be steep with it, and you're going to hit the ground first, then the ball. You chunk every time you chunk it, it's a decel.
Fuck off, man.
A short backswing will probably help with that.
Yeah,
right?
not fix.
Yeah, it will.
Short backswing is better.
But you should hit a few drivers, but I would focus on the 100 yards and in club. Your 56, a little half, 3/4, full 56 is what you should be.
Yeah.
What you should be focused on.
All right. 6 strokes, just like that, huh?
Easily, you'd probably cut if you just did those things on that rolling. You shoot 10 lower with rhetoric.
Lit.
Then you and Derek will be competing for the
Fuck Derek. I'm better than him.
6-tier
I don't know. Derek's pretty
Championship.
dialed. I mean, he practices.
Guy plays golf 7 times a week.
He really does.
I
It'll
mean,
be you two versus each other in the mud bowl.
No.
Up at Estes.
the mud bowl.
The mud bowl.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm in the 4th tier.
Yeah.
Well, how many tiers are there?
Like 6, I think.
6 or 7.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty
There's
bad.
a lot of people who play.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, all old loser sellouts like Nick.
Yeah. Basically.
Nick got like fucking dead last.
Dead last in champ flight. No, well, I'm playing against Ryan and Tyler and Dylan.
Did you get dead
Those
last?
guys.
You got
No,
last? Oh.
Fuck no.
What'd you get?
I don't know.
In the champ flight, what'd you get?
I don't know. 5th, 6th.
Awful.
Yeah. I'm not that good. Those guys are good. And there's always this one guy, I can't remember, Ryan hates it because Ryan's won the tournament like
Yeah.
5 times. Tyler's won, 5. Same with Dylan. Those 3, it's like always those 3. But there's this one guy who he plays in one event all year. And like Tyler and Ryan, they play in like US AMs. They play in like
Yeah.
legit events. They're good.
Oh, for real?
Good golf. Oh, yeah. They're like
Good.
legit.
I didn't know that.
You played with Ryan, haven't you?
Yeah, Ryan's
He's
cracked. Yeah,
he's really good.
At Fox Hill, he was.
He's good.
What is he? A +3, +4?
Probably, yeah, +3.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like legit. I can beat Ryan maybe like once every 5 rounds.
Jeez.
Close to beat him, but most of the time he's kicking my ass. But there's this one guy who plays in that. And the only event he plays in, because the first 2 days you get to pick your group.
Yeah, that's
And then
I
the
like
last
that.
day you play with like randos
Yeah.
in your flight.
Yeah.
So the first 2 days, this guy always comes in with like 64, 65.
Yeah.
First 2 days, he's playing with his dad and his grandpa and his uncle.
Yeah.
And he comes in with like 64, 65.
Okay.
And Ryan and Tyler always know that. And then they play with him because they shoot like, 68,
real 60
67.
yeah.
So they're like 5 or 6 behind. I remember one year, Tyler was 10 shots back of this guy going into the final round. He shot like 64, 65. Tyler shoots like a 68 that day. This guy shoots 81.
Jesus.
There's no way you
he's
shoot
capping.
64, 64, 81
In Estes?
at Estes.
Jesus.
So he's like definitely shaving some
That's
shots.
cap.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to stay up there this year.
Oh, yeah.
That messed me
Last
up
year.
last. Yeah, we stayed up one night though.
Yeah, it needs to be Saturday.
The
Saturday.
driving
is
got to my legs. My legs were
Oh my
blood
God.
clotted from travel.
Blood clots from sitting in the car. Bro, what actually that remind me, I don't know why Ryan playing on the prop reminded me of this, but like all the YouTubers like getting like shots at PGA events, like PGA Tour events. Like I heard about like
Shots.
they're like no, like they're playing in like
That Cognizant or that Classic? Yeah.
Grant Horvath
Yeah,
like
yeah.
playing and like getting like a
You
shot
get
at
a
like
shot.
What do you mean?
Oh, they're getting a shot like a chance.
Yes.
Playing. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Is that cool? A lot
Yeah.
of people are like pissed. They're like, fuck these guys, like YouTube golfers, like of course. Like there's so many other people like who are like
I would-
deserving of it and like shit. Like they get like shit on.
I would say yes, but you got to understand the PGA. Okay, it's a nonprofit, but it's a business. And this YouTube thing is like taken off, and people are watching the YouTube stuff, like that Desert Classic with Good is getting more views than like
it's
a
wild.
PGA Tour event.
It's crazy.
Why wouldn't you want one of the YouTubers who millions of people are following
makes sense.
in your PGA Tour event? Now, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys shoot.
Because like Micah did it. I remember he did like that Micah Morris. Like he did one like a few weeks ago and got like dead last.
Yeah.
And people are like, why the fuck are these guys?
That level is like, and you look at like Ryan and Tyler, and you look at like Zakai Brown, for example, guy that played at CSU. Those guys are so freaking good, but to make it to that level is just crazy.
Yeah.
Different level.
I would have liked to have seen. There's only 16 guys that played in it. And I think it's out. You know, the results might be out there of who won, but because we're filming this a little delayed, but I would like to have seen them be in like a field with like at least 64 players. Like, hey, you got some Corn Fair or whatever. But then those guys don't even stand a chance.
Yeah.
Because they're not shooting.
Like, what's Rafa's like handicap?
Rafa would probably be like a +6 or 7.
Yeah, because like there's guys that like there's guys I think they're like +3, +4, like +2, and they're like, I can make it.
The difference between like me, I'm a legit 0. I could shoot 2-3 under par. I could shoot 3-4 over par.
Yeah.
Usually not more than that. The guys who are like +6, +7, like those guys legitimately, like Rafa could go shoot 60.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the difference between that and then like a guy who's a +3 is the chance of you shooting 60 as a +7 is you're going to do that 1 in 10 rounds.
Yeah.
The guy who's a +3 shooting that is going to do that 1 in 100.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it's very unlikely, and that's why that level's so.
There's like good like GM golf like Garrett.
Yeah.
Like one of their guys like was on tour, and Garrett like straight up asked me, he was like, hey man, how close am I to the
Saw
PGA
that.
Tour? And the guy's like, honestly, he's like, yeah, like be so brutally honest. He's like, you're not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah. And like everyone says like Garrett's like cracked.
Yeah.
But he was like, you're not even close to tour level.
No.
Yeah.
Not even
Which
close.
is just wild.
Well, and I mean, we did the Corn Ferry. We sponsored that for the apparel last
Yeah, that
summer
was sick.
in Colorado, and we got to played with Rafa in the Pro-Am. You guys played with some Corn Ferry guys.
Bro,
You
Mark Anderson.
Mark Anderson.
Bro, dumb. He was dumb good.
You saw, and you've seen like Ryan play. Look at
Yeah.
the difference between Mark and Ryan.
Bro, Mark was silly with it.
Doesn't and look where Mark's at. I mean, I don't know if he's on the Corn Ferry this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even
You know,
But-
and then Rafa, you know, he got his card and he's a great player. He missed the cut at the Corn Ferry, and then we go play Fox Hill the next day,
Yeah.
and he shoots 64, and he's like pit, like did not have a good round. But he shot
Jesus.
64. He had 6 birdies, no bogeys, and it was like he could have probably shot 4 or 5 better.
That's so wild.
You know, I mean,
Crazy.
that
different
level
level.
is
It's
just
so-
another level.
Before I take a bathroom break, I got 2 things.
Jesus Christ.
The Desert Classic, first of all, me and Stu need to get in that next year, or you or somebody.
Bro, you got to have the Pintonasis squad in there. I mean,
Yeah.
come
How
on.
funny would that be?
Come on.
Hopefully,
And then second thing,
Are they doing that? Is it like going to be like a yearly thing?
I think so.
probably.
It's got to be if they had
Did you
just success
see
ahead.
Bob Does Sports was talking about like what he would shoot at Augusta, and he was like, what, maybe like 120?
Dude.
And there was guys who were like, who he's playing with, there's some guy who played Augusta. He's like, no, he's like, it's not that hard. You probably lose. You probably shoot like 110. And I'm like, bro, no way. I feel like Bob would shoot like 150.
Bro, I'm probably shooting like a
On the tips,
160,
they said,
175. All the people
No,
there,
not
all the
175.
Bro, I'd probably be shit.
I mean, real golf. I think I could break 90 at Augusta.
Yeah.
Fuck. And you're scratch.
Yeah, I think I. And
a
it
15
could push-
handicap.
I did see, you know, my buddy's dad played it, and he's like a 3 handicap, and they didn't play the tips, but he shot 77 there. But granted, the conditions every, you know, regular day versus like the tour event, I think the greens are faster, the pins are tucked.
Yeah.
Playing that condition, yeah, it'd be really tough. But I
was
feel
just-
like I'd hit middle
I
of the
was
green.
just like, there's no way Bob Does Sports.
Bro,
would
no.
shoot
And like one guy was like, cause I saw that video too, and he's like, I mean, it's like pretty open. It's like a pretty easy.
Yeah, you won't
course.
lose many balls.
He's like, you won't lose many balls. Like only on like 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And he's like,
Yeah.
It's like that's like 8 balls.
I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about? That's so many.
And
Yeah.
that- yeah,
And I think he was being serious. I'm like, bro, that's so many
I
balls.
saw that
lost.
video and I was like, bro, you'd be awful there.
Bob's not good already.
What do you think me and Stewie would shoot at Augusta?
Dead ass.
Right now.
Right now, dead ass.
If we stepped on
With
Augusta
my-
conditions.
tomorrow, no people there, but
Yeah.
tournament conditions.
Tournament conditions,
Yeah,
tuck
yeah.
pins,
There.
fast greens.
Yes.
No people.
Yeah. What do they usually roll in the greens?
They're probably rolling like a 13, 12 or 13.
You said that rolling.
I
hills.
think you're probably averaging, if I'm being honest, triple bogey a hole.
Come on. Even the par threes?
Yeah.
Damn.
You're shooting 124, 120,
And me?
I was gonna say
115.
I was gonna say I'd be
120.
happy with a 110.
I'm cool with that. If I don't shoot above 130, I'm cool with that.
it's just. I mean, we should play like a real
course from the
real
tips,
course
see what
from the
it's like.
tips and see
Yeah.
what
We
it's
should
like.
play like TPC Colorado from the tips.
Bro, TPC's hard.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd have to hit 3-wood on every fucking par 4.
No.
My second shot.
No.
Every par
High
4.
five would-
I mean, that one disgusting par 5. That's like 700 yards.
780.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
I would go driver 3-wood, 3-wood.
I actually outdrove Mark on that hole, but
Yeah,
I was
you-
playing like
I think
100
Mark
yards
might have
out.
hit a 3.
Oh, yeah. You were playing a different tee box.
Literally like
different
100 yards up.
And I did.
Stewie's like, "Hey, Mark, you hear about that Walmart they're building between our balls?" And I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Yeah. What did Mark say?
He like laughed and then said some other shit like a joke back. I don't remember what he said.
I think he said he was like, "Yeah, they're building like a 7-Eleven between our balls, but they're building like a." I think he said, "Yeah, they're building a Walmart between me and Liam's ball or some shit like that."
Way to butcher his joke, man.
Yeah, he had some good comeback line. I don't remember, man.
Christ.
9 years ago.
it's like 7 months ago.
Jesus.
Are we gonna do another thing like that again, like the corn fair? Or something
Yeah, I
like
think
that?
right. Yeah, I think Colorado again this year
Yeah,
for
that'd be-
sure.
Oh, is it in Colorado? again?
yeah.
Oh, sick.
It's every year at
Oh, dope.
TPC.
Yeah,
Go
that'd be dope.
back. Me and Stewie have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah,
There.
we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta
Got,
keep
like,
our
fourth
status
shootout.
high.
We got like 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get fourth, and
not
we were
bad.
shit back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a lot better now.
Yeah.
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 I'm a lot better now.
Was it just you two and Mark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his,
Yeah.
and his caddy,
Yeah.
cool dude.
His caddy
Garrett,
played?
Garrett.
Still talk to his caddy.
Does caddy
no,
play?
No,
No.
no.
It was just 3 though?
Yeah, it was
Did
just
you
us
have a
three.
4th?
No,
I
you
feel
had a
like
fourth.
I had a 4th.
It was just us.
It was just us three.
Wasn't it the CU guy?
Oh no, it was me, John Dick, and Josh Creel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it was a threesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play? You didn't play with
That was the second day he played with Rafa.
no CU boy?
Yeah. Josh Creel.
No. Quarterback.
Quarterback.
Huh?
Quarterback.
Oh, Cordell.
Cordell.
Cordell. Short shout out Cordell.
Shout out Cordell.
No, we that was on the Wednesday pro-am. So we played in the Pins and Aces shootout, which was Monday, which was like a threesome, 2 guys and a pro, 2 amateurs and a pro. Then Wednesday was a foursome with a pro, so it was a 5-some. But they switched the pro after 9 holes. So I played with Rafa 9 holes, and then I played with what's that German kid's name? His brother's really good, Paul.
No idea.
Yannick, Paul, and the other guy. Yeah, so played with them, and it was me, my dad, Cordell, and like the guy Cordell was there with.
Yeah, Cordell.
Cordell.
Was very nerve wracking. I'll be honest.
Oh, I was shit.
Bro, I think there was the tee box that was like right by the clubhouse,
Oh, God.
and there was like a
man.
bunch of people watching.
That's when we were like, "Hey, Mark, if me and Stewie hit the green, you'll wear pins and aces for the rest of
Yeah.
the year." And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Bro, we were so
that was
fucking
fucking
far from
trash.
it,
Oh
man.
my
But
god,
he
I
made
He
still
still
rock
won.
pins.
Still won.
bladed mine into the water.
You should text him and see where he's at.
Yeah.
what he's
Yeah,
doing.
I'll
And then was it before or after? Was it the tee box where we were driving? That was a par 4, and I like just
3 with the lake.
yes to the left.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and I
you
just
drive the green.
yeah I did.
Drove it with a
It
3
was
iron.
horrible. I hit it horribly.
Yeah.
I got scared.
Yeah, that was tough playing with the pro.
Yeah, we were playing up on that Wednesday, and it's like 240 carry water. So you got to fly it kind of like 240, 245. And I hit a stinger 3 iron just a little right of the lake, and then it curled up and went on the green. And we're playing
Wait, no, that's not the hole I'm talking about. Because I drove
three,
that. I drove
after
that
the
green.
par 3.
I drove that green though, the drivable par 4 with the water to the left.
Yeah.
I drove.
Yeah,
that.
it's like 240 to clear the water.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And then Rafa's playing it at the tips, and I was on the range with him before, and he's hitting it. He's got his TrackMan out. He's hitting it dead straight, 360 carry every time, 380 roll, 360 carry, 380 roll. This is why a lot of people don't like Colorado, because they're hitting it so much further. So
Yeah.
they're like trying to figure out how far they hit it. And from the tips, it's like 100 yards back, so it's like a 340 carry. And I'm like, "What are you hitting here?" And he's like, "I'm just gonna try and take a little off driver and just try and hit a little draw into there." And I was like, "You're taking from the tips. You're gonna take a little off driver." He just hits this smooth swing, just a little butter draw, lands perfectly over the water and rolls like
Get it.
15 feet away from the pin.
They're
I
just
remember even Mark had like an unreal shot on that par 3 that's like 250.
Yeah, I was hitting
Oh,
like
down the hill a little
3-wood.
bit
Yeah.
before that par 5,
Yeah.
after the long par 5.
Yes,
Yeah.
he hit like that that
See,
super long
that's
par
a
3.
stupid hole. That's the one bad hole at TPC, because like you're hitting a 240 club, you can't get it to stop, and the green's narrow.
Bro, he hit it to like 6 feet.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It was
actually
unreal. Yeah.
All right, bathroom breaks.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Bathroom break.
And we're back now.
And we're back.
I already did that. You didn't have to do it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, he
Were we
said back.
Yeah,
and we're
but
back.
you do that, and we're back as he's getting up to leave.
Well, you just said and we're back twice.
Yeah, we'll cut your part out
No.
after the bathroom.
That's staying
All right,
in.
let's get into our fair and frauds.
Yeah,
fair
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 fraud.
frauds, boys.
Fair fraud.
Okay.
First one, taking longer than 3 minutes to look for your ball.
Isn't the rule like you can only
3
look for
minutes
3
now.
minutes? Wasn't it 5 before?
It was 5.
but now it's only 3.
Yeah.
In,
so-
in a tournament, it's fair and normal casual play, even if it's for money with your buddies. That's fraud.
I think.
Oh,
Such a boring topic. I think.
boring topic.
Yeah, he
think-
looks for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
Yeah.
just magically appears.
They match because I hit it down the middle. But if you, I think as long as you're not holding up play, like if there's a group on the tee box behind and you're clearly taking 10 minutes to look for your ball,
Yeah.
complete
I mean, yeah,
fraud.
yeah.
Especially if you're going back to the tee. And you got to keep in mind this 3-minute
Dude,
rule.
we've seen guys who looking for their ball who are just like walking around with no club, no cart.
Yeah.
They're just like walking back up the fairway
Yeah.
and like walking into the trees. And like if they find it, you're not going to hit it because you got to go back to the cart, get a club, then walk all the way back. Yeah, it's fraud for sure.
I think it's fair with an asterisk.
Yeah.
As long as it's not holding up.
Yeah, tournament
In a
play.
real tournament.
I'm going to look
but
for my
even in
fucking
a real
ball.
tournament, unless it's like a USGA event where there's like a timer spotter and he's telling you.
Like an Estes, are they going to be timing me?
No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
pretty
it's pretty fraud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. Standing behind someone as they putt.
Total fraud.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What about
Can't do
like 3 yards back and a yard to the side?
It's not
Because I want
behind
to
someone.
I want to see the roll. So,
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's actually illegal.
Well, you're
So-
are you saying fair because you just hate it or you don't want to see the read?
Well, 2 things. One, it's illegal. Like a tour pro, you can't have his caddy or another player stand directly behind him.
Why?
It's a 2-shot penalty.
Just why
It's
though?
illegal. I don't know why.
Dumb.
It's illegal.
Soft.
Can't do it. And then I think it is fraud because I don't like when someone's standing directly behind my ball. You can see them out of the corner of their eye. But to your point is like I'll stand a few yards to the side, and right after they hit that ball, I get behind their ball and look at the line.
Yeah, so that's fair.
That's
Okay.
fair. But
Okay.
don't distract them and let them have their putt. After it hits the club face, go ahead and run
behind
over
them.
and look at it. Yeah.
I'm not a good putter, so I really don't give a shit if someone stands behind me. It's not going to affect me either way. So,
The only time I'm
but
really,
yeah, I would say fair or fraud.
especially the people I play with, like you, I'm not watching your ball. You can pull it, push it.
Yeah,
it's not going to
I
give me
don't
a
know
real
what's going
reading.
on. Yeah.
All I want to know though is like, is it going to break left or right?
Yeah.
And that's like Jack Nicklaus said, his caddy never gave him a read. All he asked him was, is this going to break left or right if he didn't know?
Yeah.
And then he would say it breaks left. And even then when like we say it's 2 balls out or it's breaks a foot left, that's based on like perfect speed.
Yeah.
You don't know how hard someone's going to hit it. They
Grandpa's
could be
pajamas.
ramming it by. Yeah. It's my dad's joke. 2 balls out, grandpa's pajamas. But if it breaks left and it's supposed to break left a foot, but you hammer it by and you're like, oh, it only broke 3 inches. Well, it's because you hammered it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hit it through the break.
I
That's what.
agree.
Hey, that's what the Corn Ferry guys do. Hit it through the break. I mean, that's what the pros do.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Walking across the green with your bag. This is
Total
a big Derek
This
thing.
is a
right
shout
here.
out, Derek.
Yeah.
But why would it not be? Why would it be fraud?
It's not. It's totally fair.
It's fair.
Why was he saying fraud?
Because he's like, oh,
like,
with
you
the
can't
extra weight, you're going to fuck up
He's
the
like,
green.
you'd be fucking shot in Scotland if they saw you do that. And then we
So
asked
then,
all the caddies.
Remember we went to Scotland
Yeah.
and he asked
we were at Trump Turnberry.
Yeah.
You asked.
Yeah,
and he
guys.
asked the guy, and the guy's like, no, like that's not a thing at all.
Yeah.
Caddies with tour bags walk on the green.
Because it's like if you're saying it's a weight thing, even me with my 20-pound bag is going to be lighter than majority of golfers.
It's
anyway.
lighter than
lighter,
me,
yeah.
naked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Is this like an actual thing though, or is just
It's just Derek.
It's just like a Derek thing. This is
made
a
up
Derek thing.
fantasy world.
It is funny that it's absolutely fair.
And he
though.
gets like pissed. He was like telling Nick, he's like, oh, if you're in Scotland, they'd beat the fuck out of you.
yeah,
for
they
that."
beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Nope.
Nick's like, no, they wouldn't.
No, not at all.
It's not a real rule.
So fair,
Yeah, that's fair.
fair.
I think even real quick on that. I think even when we were playing St Andrews, he was still not convinced, and he asked all the caddies
Yeah,
at St
and
Andrews, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
He's just looking for that one caddy to be like,
And then
yeah, you're not
Derek
supposed
kept
to
being
do it.
like, well, this, and he's like, well, I mean, if you're like 300 pounds, he's like, see?
yeah.
See?
See, I told you.
How many guys are
After he
300 pounds
added
walking
like
across
10
the green?
stipulations.
Yeah.
Okay,
on
well,
the
he's
side.
playing with 6-inch long metal spikes
Yeah.
and they're heels,
Yeah.
and he's 450 pounds.
And he has
Oh,
3
okay.
bags on his back.
Yeah.
Oh, I told you. I told you.
Yeah.
Doing a bit of aeration.
All right, here's the last one. No collar on the driving range. Fair or fraud?
I think it depends on the driving range.
Yeah.
So like if you're at a country club, yeah, wear a fucking collar.
Yeah.
shirt.
This just doesn't matter if you're at a
Normal public, though?
I think.
Fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think
Wear
it's
a
fine.
tank top. Wear
Like we
white
go, like we
gear.
go to bro. There are guys wearing flip flops. They're
Yeah.
hitting balls barefoot at like
Should
Overland.
be if it's private or public. If it's a private course, you got to wear a collared shirt all
Yeah,
the
you
time.
got to, yeah.
Even Evan, he was shooting and he had his, his
I know,
t-shirt
yeah,
on.
I
I'm like,
was-
Evan, we're at a country club. You got to wear a polo.
I was at Rolling Hills the other day and I was wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Driving range.
It's just
Want to use
one
that as your code?
disrespectful.
Private versus public?
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Drop it in, Stu.
let's go with that.
Let's see how he bungles.
Yeah, let's
No, no,
see
no.
this code. We talked about the code. Stu wants a
Use
chance.
code I'm gonna go private because I like the collared shirts. Wear pins and aces. Shout out. I'm gonna go use code private25. Private25 for 25% off and unreleased Augusta hat that we got coming out real soon. Free hat. Free unreleased Augusta hat.
Okay. So private
well.
25.
Yeah, private 25.
First 100 customers.
First one. Private spelled PRIVATE.
25.
Private. The number's 25.
Okay.
Yep.
Private 25. There's a tough one for you to get through private. You had to think about how that was spelled.
Yeah.
Private 25, 25% off, plus a hat we're dropping that we dropped on Power Hour. I guess this is, filmed the day before, but Power Hour is Tuesday, the 12th, which was yesterday. If you tuned into that, you saw the Augusta pimento hat, dripping pimento hat we came out with.
Yes.
That hat is going to be included. It's not a SKU on the website, so if we see that code come through, we're going to throw you in the free hat.
Limited edition.
For the first 100 listeners on this podcast, private 25.
Those hats are sick.
They are sick. They go quick, and especially with Power Hour.
Yeah.
People are going to be...
I mean, we don't know yet because Power Hour is tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we got 400 of those hats on Power Hour.
Yeah.
There's not going to be too many left.
No.
I have to make some more.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
It's crazy, though. But
Yeah.
private 25.
Yeah.
Use it.
All right. Good code.
Love that.
All right. We got some more questions.
Okay.
We got some good questions coming in
People are
recently.
still questioning us?
Again, guys, if you email questions to closecourse@pinsandaces.com.
First time we didn't bungle it. Thank you for
Well,
taking it.
because Nick didn't actually say it, so that's why.
Nick always goes closeinfo at
No,
Close
like
question.
email
Close
your
course.
info at close course at Pins and Aces.
yeah,
Close course.
closecourse@pinsandaces.com. If you got any questions or suggestions, email them there and we'll talk about them on the podcast.
Yep.
First one was from Gabriel. He said, "You guys all have the Pins and Aces tattoos. What's the story behind those?"
What a question, Gabriel. How does he know that we all have them?
I mean, we've shown them off.
I guess we have shown
It
them
all
off.
started because
I gotta show. While you guys talk about it, I'm gonna send.
Yeah, get your
the
picture.
It started...
that Stewey sent.
Well,
Was like,
the-
can I get this?
Oh,
the
God.
best part to me about the tattoos is that Stewey was the first one to get it. The only people who have it are me, Nick, Stewey, and John.
Yeah.
But Stewey got his Pins and Aces tattoo about a year before he even started working at it.
Yeah, I was sick. So I wasn't even at Pins.
You were still in college.
Was still in college, and we were all in Arizona at the house, and we were drinking. I don't know what we were doing that night, but we were all drinking, just having a good time. We just got back from dinner, and we were sitting outside on the patio.
Yeah.
I remember, and Nick was like, I don't even know how it came up. I don't even know if he just like said it.
I don't know.
Or what it was. I don't know if we were even talking about Pins, but Nick just out of nowhere was like, I'll give you $250 if you go get the Pins logo tatted on you. And I was like, really? $250. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Literally, after that point, we were in the car 5 minutes later, driving to the nearest tattoo shop. It was probably 10 o'clock at night, 9, 10,
Yeah,
11
it was
o'clock at night.
late.
Yeah. So it was late.
Do you
And
have the picture?
that I sent you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You have it in your photo saved? Like if you search Spade
No, there's no way. But it was, yeah. So
photos, I can't find it in our text.
I can't find it.
And the best part was that like Nick gave him $250 or whatever to get the tat, and the tat costed like $150. So Stewie made like $100 in profit to
Yeah.
get a logo that he didn't even work at the company at the time,
Still worth
tattooed
it.
on his body permanently.
Still worth
Thank
it.
God.
Bro, it's a sick tattoo.
Thank
It's
God
actually
at
dope.
least you started working here. It makes
Yeah.
it better. But
Is that
imagine
my
if
left
you
arm?
Yeah, my left.
imagine if you didn't even start working here.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Got it before he even had a job
Yeah,
here.
yeah. And he went and got it. But the funniest
banter.
part, you should honestly look for the picture, man. You should
I know, I
just
gotta
look.
I gotta look for
if
it,
you
but-
if you got it,
But if you can see that, there she is.
Flexing so hard.
I'm not flexing.
He's turning
so
purple. He's
I'm
like
not
turning
flexing.
purple.
I'm not flexing at all.
Yeah.
And then a year later, me, Nick, and John were in Arizona again, and we had talked about getting the pins tat for a while. At least we all worked there at the time. And then we went. It was pretty late. It was like 9 or 10 again at night,
Yeah.
and it was a guy who owned the tattoo shop and like an apprentice.
It was the same dude.
Yeah,
it
and
was
it
the
was-
same place that I went to.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got there.
And it was a woman apprentice, and she like said she hasn't done many tattoos, so all of us were kind of looking at each other like, "Fuck, man, I don't want to get her."
Yeah.
And then the guy said, he's like, "Well, we're gonna have to split it up. So who wants to go with the apprentice?" And Nick and John were like, "Not me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck." So I had to go with her, and she actually did a great job. Mine's
Yeah.
like thick,
It's nice.
perfect. It's a great tattoo.
Yeah.
And then the guy who did
It's
Nick's,
just so trash.
he's the
You
owner.
can't really see it, but it's so splotchy and the flagpole's crooked. It's really in a hell of a state.
Really, I
And the
gotta get
guy,
you
the
gotta
guy
feel
who
bad
did
for him.
Nick's was just high as shit.
Oh, he
high
was
as shit.
baked as he
He
was
just
high
did
as
it
kite.
so bad, and
Yeah.
John also went with the apprentice. John looks great as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, the risk paid off. for
Yeah.
me.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, it was a high risk.
So, but yeah, I made $150 on this tat. Pretty sick. And that's how it started. I was the trailblazer. I was the
We all got
trailblazer. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
it's pretty much a brand. It's like the Yellowstone brand.
Yeah.
But with the pins logo.
Evan's,
be on
Evan's gonna get his.
Evan,
He's going
you're
this
next.
weekend for the
You're next,
tattoo
Evan.
shop.
Yeah. It's very cult like.
If you want to be on the
so-
podcast, you got to have the tat.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly. I
Yeah.
Those are
agree.
the rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those are the rules.
Yeah.
All right. Next question was from Corey.
Corey,
All right, I
shout
like
out.
this one.
Corey.
He said, "What jobs did you guys have growing up, and did that influence the success of Pins and Aces now?"
That's off to you, Corey, for that question. It's a great question.
Why don't you touch on this, Nick? Start off.
I mean, yeah, I was always hustling. I never had a real job per se until senior year of
Did
college.
you say you're always hustling?
Always, bro. I was so in high school. I would flip cell phones. So I would buy before the iPhone came out. I would buy like the LG chocolate.
Fuck yeah.
It's like LG flip VX 8900 or something. I don't know. I would buy them on Craigslist and then I would resell them. I'd like clean them up. I'd bet better listings. I would make like $50, $100 a pop on a phone.
That was before the iPhone?
That was in high school, yeah, before the iPhone. And then iPhone came out like my senior year, and I got one going into college.
Yeah.
I did that, and then in college I sold mopeds. So I brought them in from China. These like little 150cc scooters.
How much were those?
They were. It was crazy because it was $700 landed at the time, and I had to assemble them. So they didn't come with wheels or handlebars.
How'd
like
you
in
have
the
that
box.
sort of cash flow?
So I ended up buying 4 of them. It was $2,800 for 4 of them, and I bought them and I flipped them all, and I put the listing up on Craigslist for $1,500. So for the 4, and I'd put them up. I sold them, and someone would be like, "I'll give you $1,400," or they just give me $1,500, and I'd sell them.
There were 700 landed?
700 landed, and then I had to do some assembly. And then I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, I'm making money on this." I was like, "Do you want to go in on this with me?" And so I bought 60 of them.
60.
Yeah, 60 scooters. And I brought them all in. So it was whatever. It was like 35 grand or 30 grand or something like that. 40 grand. I can't remember what it was. And I put up half the money, 20. My dad put up 20 grand. And all summer long, it was like the start of summer going into senior year. And I put them up on Craigslist for $1,500 and I doubled my money. So I told my dad, I'll give you half of what I made.
Damn.
So going in, I ended up making like 40 grand that summer and gave my dad 20. So I made 20 grand while all my other buddies were working at like the city of Longmont cutting grass.
Yeah,
and,
fuck that.
You know, not making shit.
Yeah.
I go into my senior year.
Why
I got
didn't they
20
see what you were
20
doing and be
grand.
like, bro, can I get on it?
Well, I know. Well, it was funny because I would assemble the scooters and I had black and lime green. That's the only colors I had. I had
The
two
lime
listings.
green even was back in the day.
Yeah,
the lime
100%.
green,
He loves it.
disgusting. Yeah.
So, and we would put them together, and there was cheap Chinese scooters, and we would all ride them. And I had one listing, and I was like less than 50 miles, like brand new, less than 50 miles, but like, hey, I ran it to get it going.
Yeah.
So me and my buddies would drive them for 50 miles. My parents had a 2-car garage, and they were all just lined with scooters.
Sick.
And we would ride them for 50 miles, and then someone would be like, "Hey, you sell it for sale?" "Yeah, I do." I'd give them the one that I rode the most miles on. Then we go pull a brand new one out, start riding it because I don't know how long they were gonna last.
Yeah.
And yeah, just did that. And then I had one scooter left at college, and the guy messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, man, long shot, but like I built websites. Would you trade your scooter for a website?" And that was the Rugged Apparel website. So I rolled that into my first business. He built the website for me on BigCommerce before Shopify, and yeah, then did that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Kids in my high school were like, because iPhones had just come out like when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And like kids were like jailbreaking phones and stuff. Like,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the best ever, man.
Yeah, I
That
remember the
phase where, like,
jailbreaking. I remember
people were
playing like
jailbreaking
Game Boy.
phones.
Like
Yeah,
you get the
dude.
Game Boy app, play
Yeah,
like
it was
Pokemon
sick.
Red. Yeah.
People were jailbreaking phones and stuff. Yeah.
Well, me and Stewey are only 24, so this is
Yeah,
our
I was.
first job.
Yeah, I was not much of an entrepreneur. Well,
you guys-
I had a little
we
bit.
talked about
We've
some-
heard it. We don't need to hear about your
yeah.
fucking vape juice scandal
mean,
where you made $100.
Wasn't a
selling-
scandal. I was supplying demand.
But I will.
But you guys, you know, we were all really good college athletes, so I was still focused on golf. But you guys were real athletes. You played like
Yeah.
you had a real thing, and
Yeah.
you had your school paid for.
Yeah.
So you guys were focused on soccer.
Yeah,
like,
it was basically a job.
I mean,
It
you're-
was,
go
yeah.
to DU and it's 60 grand a year and you
Yeah.
get free school.
I mean, our
so-
schedule was we woke up at 6 a.m. I mean, it was actually hilarious.
to get a job.
Yeah, me and Liam literally had the same schedule, like the exact same schedule from for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
Like literally woke up. Like our schedule was wake up at 6 a.m., go to the locker room, be there by 6:10. You know, shower, whatever you want to do, eat breakfast, whatever. Go roll out in the weight room, stretch, go get treatment in from the trainers if you needed to, and then we're on the field warming up by 7:15.
Yeah.
Train for 2 hours, so it's 10 o'clock. Then we go in and lift for another hour and a half. Then you have class from 12 to 4. Some guys have class from 12 to 6. Some guys have class not at 12, but later. So either way, our from 6 to 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. is just nothing. It's your soccer class.
Yeah.
And then you go home, and then you have 3 hours of study hall.
Have to do study hall.
Have to do study hall. Yeah.
On campus?
On campus in a room, a special building. All the athletes go there.
Yep.
So we go in there. You have to swipe in with your cards, it tracks your hours. You're there for 3 hours because we had 12 hours of study hall a week.
What would you do there?
10.
10.
What would you do there?
I mean,
honestly?
we would get your homework done in the first 2 or 3 hours. And you just have to sit there and be miserable.
Yeah.
Really?
And if you didn't get your 10 hours, even if you were a minute short, we would the whole team would run until you threw up. Stewey missed his study hall by 90 seconds his freshman year. And he made our coaches made everybody run until they threw up, and they made Stewey watch, and they made Stewey
blow the
stand
whistle
there with the whistle and blow it.
And you're the reason that they did
And
it?
he was a freshman, supposed to be in high school because he graduated
I was
early. and
still
everyone just hated
17,
his
so I
guts.
was they told me I missed my hours, and I low key started just tearing up. I'm fuck, because I just knew it wasn't because I knew I was gonna make the whole. I knew I was gonna have to stand there and watch the whole team run while I wasn't able to run. I was low key started steering.
Did you ever miss study hall ever again?
No.
Yeah.
Just that one time. Because I was and they literally, it was awful. So yeah, then you're from 4 o'clock, you go straight to study hall. You can go eat. Most guys went to the dining hall, ate, and then you go straight to study hall. You're there for however much you want to be, but we were always there for 3 hours because we had 10 hours a week. And so
you try and knock them out in 3.5 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you 3 hours, 3 days.
You can only do 3 hours a day, so
yeah.
You couldn't sit in there for 6.
But you could do 3, 3, 3, then 1.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we did. We'd always go it started on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we always went in Sunday nights, 3 hours Monday. So then from 4 to 5, 6, 7, 7 o'clock, most guys went to go eat, and then literally just go home and you don't want to do anything else. You just went to bed. And it's the same thing the next day.
Yeah.
D1 athletics is just crazy.
It's hard to be slinging scooters when you're doing that.
Yeah, we had zero time for a job. Even our coaches, there were guys who would be I want to go work this summer, and they'd be no. You can't do it. Because if they want us to train in the summer, off-season shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
And there's 2 people at this table. 66% of this table have MBAs.
It's true.
And Nick is not one of them.
Yeah. Bro, when we tell people that we have an MBA, they're how old are you guys? And we're 23. They're how the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah, it's
got
not.
lucky
It's a
with
fake
We got
MBA.
so lucky.
It's
How?
a fake
How?
MBA.
How?
Because you cannot get an MBA really unless you have real world working experience. The real MBA schools do not let
show
you
you my
apply.
degree.
You're
They
telling me
apply.
that Denver.
Can I finish my thought?
You're saying Denver.
I think
Daniel's
it's a joke.
Daniel's College of Business
I
at
think it's
University
a
of
good-
Denver
okay, I
isn't
think
a
it's
good business school. It's
MBA,
fake.
but I think it's a joke of
No, we got
degree,
lucky.
how you got it. If you apply to a real MBA school, they do not want you applying unless you have 10 years of working.
Fuck out of here. So basically, Nick's
On
saying.
top of that, why do I need an MBA? I've learned more in the last 6 hours than you guys did in your entire MBA program.
Nick's
not
saying,
saying that's
I'm not.
true or
I'm not
false.
saying. I'm not. I'm not
I have a
confirming or
degree with my
denying.
name on
Congrats,
it.
man. Sweet piece of paper you got with little gold leaf flakes
Yeah,
on
true.
it.
Nick asked me, he's
Congrats on
like,
your
I
MBA.
might go get my MBA, and I was like, I mean, if you need a letter of rec from someone who has it, like,
Yeah,
I
I
could
see
probably.
that.
I was like, you got 2, you got me and
But
Stu could probably help.
day I think I
Basically,
will get it.
basically, the reason why Liam and I have an MBA is because COVID happened in 2020. Dark days.
Yeah,
For
free year of eligibility. So
yeah, so our season got canceled in 2020, and NCAA gave all college athletes D1 to D3 to community college. I don't even know, everybody, just a free year of eligibility. So we used what?
Well, I was just gonna say, congrats on the MBA. It's crazy though. You with an MBA, they didn't teach you what a mammal was. You know,
That's business. Well, that's not
business.
business. So
not
you don't need to know.
business, okay.
But they gave. So me and Lee were like,
So I'll give you this. I'll give you $100 right now if you can tell me what EBITDA means.
yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
You don't know.
yeah, I do.
What is it?
Earnings before income
Taxes.
Yeah,
It doesn't know either.
bro, is that not right?
What
No.
is it?
That's right.
No.
Yeah. What is
Can I
it?
try it again?
What is it?
You don't know. Earnings.
What are the
Earnings before interest, taxes, and
assets?
What is DNA? What does DNA stand for
EBITDA.
in EBITDA?
DNA.
Yeah, the last 2 letters of EBITDA.
Oh, EBITDA. Isn't there a T at the end?
Yeah, don't act like I'm the only retarded one
Isn't
on
there a
here.
T at the end?
Yeah, there is.
EBITDA.
Yeah,
EBITDA.
you were saying
EBIT?
DNA. You were confusing
EBITDA.
me.
The last
there's-
2 letters are DNA.
DNA,
D
depreciation, and amortization or whatever.
Amortization.
It's a tough word to say,
Put
but
it-
amortization.
Put it together. Then.
Earnings before interest, taxes, whatever I just said.
Say
I'm
it.
spacing out. What was the D? I just said it.
I don't know.
Depreciation and amortization.
So say it. Put it together.
I just said it. Earnings
Oh,
before.
yeah? What are the 4 P's,
Yeah,
man?
Yeah.
What are the 4 P's?
People.
Nope.
Profit.
Nope.
Nope.
Wrong.
Oh, wrong. You're wrong. Wrong.
What are it?
Wrong.
Wrong.
What is it?
Wrong.
What are the 4 P's?
What are the 4 P's? You don't know?
I don't know. Profit.
Product,
Product,
Profit.
place,
promotion,
and price.
price. Yeah.
Okay.
Marketing 101.
Idiot.
Whatever. We don't
Fucking
even
basic
do any
marketing
of
guys
those
know.
4 P's.
Nick took the one term out of his ass. What's EBITDA?
And I knew it.
Yeah.
It was just, I can't. It's
Earnings
hard.
before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Bro, honestly,
And-
but
and
like,
moralization.
if I'm being completely honest, in school they do not teach you what it's like in the real world. It's truly, it's
But
fucking
it's all
awful.
guys who don't have any. Like Derek
know,
should go
it's-
teach business.
Bro, oh, fuck
100%.
yeah. I
He
would
would be a great
the amount
business-
of shit I would learn in that class is crazy. All of my shout out to you, love you guys, but the classes there, the structures were so fucking bad. Most of the professors were pretty shit.
Yeah.
Just what they teach you, I'm like, me and Lee are like, bro, what? How am I going to use this?
The best the best classes we took were our entrepreneur minor.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
That was actually
Yeah.
starting a business. How
Yeah,
you run
literally
it.
taught you how to start a
was
business.
there
Yeah.
someone who started business teaching the class?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
and he was like a business guy who
Shout
taught
out,
like 2
shout out,
classes on the side.
shout out Professor Haig.
He was like a dare.
He was a go.
Yeah, yeah.
was way better.
So
Yeah.
that's like better. There's
And Michael
one-
Myers, I did learn a lot in Michael Myers'
He was a
class
goat.
too.
There's one professor I had at CSU who actually had business experience, and the rest of the business professors were like, "Nope, I've just been a professor since I graduated college." Well, how do you know business? And I remember going into my second semester senior year, I had a business. I had 6 employees in college that were working out of my college house, making those bracelets, and
Yeah.
I had this final to study for, and we're talking about business. I'm like, this. I was like, this doesn't even apply to me. And they're, well, what do you know about? I was like, well, I have a business with 6 employees.
Yeah.
What have you done? Have you ever had an employee? Have you ever hired anybody? It's a completely different real world experience. And when I started working for Derek, I asked him, hey, I'm thinking about going and getting my MBA. And he's like, why would you go and get that? You can work for me for a year and learn more than you can in an MBA.
Yeah. It's true.
And it's just real world. I mean, I think there's value. I think with an MBA, if you're gonna go work corporate, I think it's a good thing to have as a baseline. If you're gonna work or have your own business,
It doesn't really help.
I don't know how much it helps.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're running out of time and we got a few questions left, so let's keep these answers short.
Keep it rolling.
Preston said, from everyone on the podcast, what's one thing you hope listeners can take away from listening to the podcast?
That's good.
Why don't you take that one?
Well, it's for everyone.
Start off. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of brands out there that you don't really know who's behind the brand.
Yeah,
They do a lot of drop shipping. They don't really know the faces, who's in it, what type of company they are. So I think if you're listening to the podcast, hopefully you realize that we're normal, cool guys.
Yeah.
We're truly the ones who are doing the marketing, running the Instagram, replying to DMs, shipping orders, and that's kind of what Pins and Aces is about.
Yeah. That's the biggest one for me. It's the transparency and we're just anybody could kind of do what we do. It's just about actually doing it. Nick said that. You said that last time, right? Just about doing it. So, but just the transparency and just how, we fuck up a lot and we don't do everything right, but we make it work. So it's just putting ourselves out there and being honest with you guys. I think we're not like every other brand is pretty much the biggest thing.
Yeah, I'd echo that,
Yeah.
obviously. And then I think, too, I'm hoping somebody, wants to start a business, thinking about it, give it a shot. It's possible to do that. And then, we know there's a lot of places you could spend your money. We appreciate you choosing Pins and Aces.
Yep.
And spending money with us versus a big public-owned or private equity-backed big business who doesn't give a shit about the customer. You know, that's
Yeah.
not us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Callum sent in a question. He said, what's your guys' criteria for picking podcast guests?
Shout out Callum. I think we touched on
We
that.
talked about it a little bit. We said you got to be a true Pins and Aces fan. We're not just
Yeah.
going to have you on if you have never heard of Pins and Aces. You don't have to be a golfer, but obviously it helps.
No, it helps, yeah.
But the Pins and Aces one's the big one for me. And you just got to be a cool guy. We're not going to have people on the podcast just to clout chase. We're going to hang out with you all day. We
Yeah.
golf with Rhetoric. We hung out with Dustin Jacoby for 6 hours.
And I'm playing golf with them. I played golf with them
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah.
I've
so-
seen plenty of podcasts where they just bring on big guys, obviously chasing clout, but the guys are just kind of dickheads too.
Yeah.
And it's
You
just
gotta be-
not a good. You gotta be a cool
and
guy.
Pins and Aces fan.
Yeah. P&A fan, good guy.
I think, too, Colorado. or girl. Colorado market, getting people who are local to Colorado area. We want to own Colorado. We're a Colorado business. There could be some future guests on who are, in the Colorado space in some way, shape, or form, whether it's former athletes or current athletes or
Announcer, teaser.
celebrity announcers.
Teaser,
Okay.
announcer.
Yeah.
Nick, this one, someone called you out.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
buddy.
Danny said, "Hey Nick, what's Stewey's true handicap? Is he ever gonna break 80?"
Well, we
Danny,
talked
why you
about that a little bit earlier.
Danny, you want to ask a question? You ask me, buddy.
Yeah.
They want the
Daniel
expert
Maurer?
opinion.
He comes up every podcast.
No, I don't think it's him.
Well, he just brought him up, so thanks a lot.
There you
There
go.
he is. He's
Check it off.
every
Check it off.
podcast.
Yep.
I think we touched on this earlier. I don't know
Yeah.
if we were live. Were we? Yeah, we were talking about how we could work a short
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what's his true handicap first?
True handicap, Stewie's true handicap is an 18.
Yeah, probably.
I would give him a shot a hole, and I think I could beat him.
Mm-hmm.
True golf. However, that being said, I think Stewie has the most potential to shrink. Like me, I'm not going from a 0 to a +5. I'm going to a 0 to like a plus. I fluctuate from like +1 to 1. I have one stroke, difference that
You're not gonna get much
I could
better.
do.
Yeah.
He has the opportunity, even maybe more than you, to shrink that differential. Now, you could go from a 12 to an 8, save 4 shots. He could legitimately go from an 18 to a 10 in 3 months.
Yeah.
Because his swing's decent and he's got enough power and distance. It's your short game is just ungodly pathetic.
Yeah, it's so trash.
So bad, man.
You can't even I can't even argue the fact because it really is truly awful.
But yeah. But I mean, honestly, you should and you could go from an 18 to a 10 in 3 months.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it live.
Hopefully.
It's gonna be a journey. We're gonna
And we'll have to redo that.
we're gonna document it. It's gonna
That
be a
should
journey.
be one of the
First shot.
series. It's going to be like, can Stewie break 80? That should be the
Yeah.
series. Like, he's an 18 handicap. Can he break 80
Yeah.
by the end of the summer?
Maybe correct.
Be
Well,
a decent
that's a
little
docu series.
Help him with his short game. His drive's
Honestly,
already in a decent
if you
spot.
if you fix your decel and you go and practice that's step one. You go and fix your short game, and you're not decelling into pitch shots 100 yards and in. I will go out with you in a round, and I will get you to break 80
Let's go.
because I could coach him around the mental game. Okay, well, how does this putt break? How does this do this? Where do we want to hit the green? Okay, it's a drivable par 4, but there's water left and right. It's not a driver hole.
Yeah.
It's a 4-iron down the middle. We're gonna go for par, and that's the biggest thing with strokes gained. I think if you Google, Evan, how many birdies does the average tour player make per round? What's your guess?
I'm gonna guess 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I'm going to say like 4, yeah.
the average tour player.
Yeah, I made 2 on Saturday.
You know,
Did
No, I
you?
think you had 3.
You had 3, I think.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, at Fox Hill.
Yeah, did I have 3?
You told me you had 3.
I'm pretty sure you had 3.
Oh, maybe I did. Did I have one on the back? I forgot.
I mean, you shot a 1 on the front.
39.
Yeah.
you made a
I mean,
long putt.
Yeah, that might have been.
What
it.
hole did you
I
birdie?
had the par 5 I birdied, and then I had that long
7.
putt, the tough one.
According to recent studies, when comparing PGA professionals and your average scratch golfer, the average number of birdies per round on the PGA Tour is 3.63.
Holy shit.
So that's like nothing. Oh, and 2.67 per round.
for the average scratch. And so I average like 3 birdies a round. You think about that, you're thinking of tour guys making 5, 6, 7, 8 birdies a round.
Yeah.
It's 3 birdies a round. They're playing, and the way to shoot is not to have bogeys. So to shoot a low score. So you're just going, you made pars, you made birdies, hit the middle of the green, make a par, and that's the whole thing with decade golf. You want to just go for par, and when birdies come, they come.
I'm probably averaging 5 pars a round, maybe.
And you get like between 1 and 3 birdies a round.
Yeah, I probably average
But then
birdie
you
a
have
round.
5 double bogeys.
Yeah, it's just I have some
triple.
absolute blow up
Yeah,
holes.
triple in there.
Some absolute blow up holes.
8.
Yeah.
Me.
Not good.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be the next series. Can I
Yeah,
break
I
80?
like that.
Can I break 80?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
I think you have 1 summer to break 80.
Yeah, give me this summer.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
You could do it.
Yeah.
That's all the questions.
All right. Well, thank you for another good episode of Closed Course. Episode, what was this? 9?
9.
Episode 9. So we have one more episode.
Are we
in
sure
our,
this was 9?
First
was
season
9.
of Closed
Damn.
Course.
Oh, 9. Yeah.
We're doing a 10 episode season. And then we'll be back. We'll continue it for sure. But
Quick little season this
Closed
one.
Course episode 9.
Yeah.
Is complete.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for the love.
Thanks.
We love y'all. We'll see you next pod.
See you next time.
See you guys. So I think that
This cowboy hat, I just love.